local legend, Geoffrey Dunn. Glad you could join us for this historic event here on Community TV. Of course, we're here for the Santa Cruz High basketball team, the state champions, beating a bunch of good teams to get to the state championship. Jeff Dunn and to the victor go the spoils, and here we are.
Well, Joel, you and I got to share a lot of this season together. Santa Cruz High, great basketball team. This is really a great gift to the Santa Cruz community. You and I both grew up here. We followed a lot of sports teams, but no team has ever quite gone this far and brought the state championship home to our community.
I know already you've seen a lot of old people here that you've known for a long time, and a lot of people have come out today. It's great to see the age range of this community event, and I know it's just a great thing for the community.
Well, Joel, they may be old to you, but they're young to me, baby. And yeah, that's just my family I've been talking to so far. Really, one of the things I love about Santa Cruz basketball is the way that the community comes out to support the team. And you go to a game, and it really is this great cross-section of our community. So, you know, we've seen everyone from elected officials to the homeless here today out to support this Santa Cruz High basketball team.
Well, we're going to have a lot of fun bringing it to you here on Community TV. Of course, a huge number of people involved in this event, a number of volunteers. Of course, Secretary of State Bruce McPherson will be the co-grand marshal, along with the 104-year-old oldest alumni ever from Santa Cruz High. So they'll be leading the parade. Of course, the band will be in Harold, yes.
Harold Van Gorder was a classmate of my great Uncle Molio's. They were on the 1919 track team together. Harold played basketball at Santa Cruz High in 1922. Now, the cool connection here is Harold Van Gorder, my great Uncle Molio, and Bruce McPherson's dad were all at Santa Cruz High together 1919.
Wow, that's why we got you here. Harold Van Gorder will be here. Bruce McPherson, of course, a number of alumni who played for Pete Newell and for Coach Bill Dodge, who preceded Pete Newell as the coach and had a team that many thought was the greatest ever until this one came along. So we're excited to see all these people involved today.
That 1968-1969 team was one of my all-time favorites. Of course, Joe, you were too young to be there. But they had a point guard who lived around the corner from me, Gary Giddinelli, who was just a hero of mine. He was also a great catcher, great football player as well. And I loved that team. It was kind of my blossoming coming-of-age team with Santa Cruz High basketball.
Well, the band has been warming up behind us. They're starting to get the pipes loose, and we can't wait to bring it to you. So we'll be back momentarily for the start of this great parade here in downtown Santa Cruz right after this.
What year?
In 1972, I did.
Great.
My grandmother in 1919, my mother in 1940s, myself, my brothers, and my brother's son in last year graduated.
And here comes Santa Cruz's finest, our fine young men of the police force leading the beginning of this parade. Here, of course, to celebrate the state championship of the Santa Cruz High boys basketball team, making it through the Northern California playoffs before winning it all at Arco Arena. And a beautiful, beautiful day for a parade, and what a crowd lining the streets of Pacific Avenue. And this is what it's all about, Geoffrey Dunn.
Absolutely. The lead of the parade hitting here, and all of a sudden I got the adrenaline running. It's really a great day here in Santa Cruz.
And the distant sounds of the Santa Cruz High marching band, and we can't wait to see them pass before us. And they will, of course, perform the Santa Cruz High fight song in front of the alumni square down here, and we'll be all over that for you as well. This is just great. This is history, folks.
Absolutely a beautiful moment in Santa Cruz history. After over 100 years of Santa Cruz High basketball, they finally bring back a state championship, and a great moment this is for the city of Santa Cruz.
And the crowd lining Pacific Avenue 3 and 4 deep at some spots in front of the theater, and over to our left in front of the Palomar Inn. And here comes the fire department. Great to see them out here leading the way. And here comes the Santa Cruz High Big Red Marching Band.
Here we go, Joel. You can sing the fight song with them.
Of course, this band goes to a lot of band reviews and wins a lot of awards for a long time. Under Mr. Mack, of course, for many, many years. And the tradition continues. Parade, the Grand Marshals, of course, Bruce McPherson, Santa Cruz High alumni, the California Secretary of State, joined in this burgundy Cadillac by Harold Van Gorder, 104-year-old Santa Cruz High alumni. Car being driven by Bill Brooks, and we're going to jump off the truck here and try and get a word with Harold.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Harold Van Gorder and Secretary of State Bruce McPherson. Harold, how are you? It's Jeff Dunn saying hello.
How am I?
Yeah.
Well, I'm happy to be here. I really wanted to come, but I felt that it wouldn't be possible. But it's been made possible to me, and I see a lot of old friends here. I played basketball in 1921, and we were playing marbles compared to what they play today. And I'm very pleased that Cliff Samet, the star player on the Santa Cruz team, lives right around the corner from me.
This young man to your left also grew up around the corner from you. And I was looking at the 1919 yearbook last night with you on the track team and with this young man's dad on the baseball team with my great Uncle Maulio. It's a great connection. Your dad went to high school with Harold at Santa Cruz High, late 1919. You do, baby. I've got my Riva hat on because it's cold. Bruce? What's it like for you to be here today? He's a hometown boy coming back from Sacramento, where they claimed the championship.
That is terrific. I'm glad that Santa Cruz came up to Sacramento to show them how basketball can be played correctly. You know, that's they did it right, and it's just a tribute to these young men and Coach Newell and Manabe that they did this right. This is just a terrific thing for Santa Cruz and well-deserved.
Now you're going up there to show them how politics is played, right?
Yeah, but I like to play basketball more than politics, to tell you the truth. But I just feel so proud of Santa Cruz, this basketball team, but Santa Cruz High and the community of Santa Cruz and the county of Santa Cruz. The first state championship in history. It's great.
Thank you both for being here. It's great to see both of you here today in this great parade. Thanks very much. Bye. I have to tell a little story about Harold Van Gorder. When I was a kid growing up on the Santa Cruz Wharf, I worked in the old fish market there. My great uncle would always yell, Van, Van, Van the man coming in. Well, Van was not only a great basketball player, he was also a great track star. And in the 1919, we're talking World War I era, he actually high jumped over 6 feet 6 inches. It was one of the highest totals in the state of California at that time. See ya, Van.
All right, there they go, the Grand Marshals pulling up behind them in the red T-Bird.
Oh,
it'll be good. Vice Mayor Cynthia Matthews and Santa Cruz High Principal Karen Edmonds.
Two of my favorite women in Santa Cruz. Good to see you both.
And coming up behind them in the white T-Bird, the Vice President of the School Board, Cece Pinero, Santa Cruz High graduate, along with the Superintendent, Alan Pagano.
Buenos dias, Senor Pagano, one of my favorite teachers in Santa Cruz history. my Spanish teacher, and Cece Pinero of the Santa Cruz City School Board. Cece, Santa Cruz High class of 1975.
Now we got a blue truck here. Metallic blue, 1956. This is alumni from 1959, Dick Scotter and Terry Chismar.
Yeah, those were the days. We were just told those were the best days. Of course, I was a little kid then. Those guys were I was looking up to them back then. Yeah, I was just going to say right there, that's what the cop cars looked like when I was first arrested in Santa Cruz. I know, 1967, baby.
Some steppers from the local Motion Pacific, I believe.
This is from Santa Cruz High.
See, Jeff, that's called breakdancing, just so you know.
Okay, thank you.
And coming up next in a 1934 black Lincoln from the 1965 class, Larry Griffin.
Being driven by Dr. Dunn.
Dr. Don Connolly doing the driving, 1965.
Dr. Dunn will be down at PLB a little later this afternoon with that beautiful vehicle of his. And there's Larry Griffin, who I can tell you my first Santa Cruz High hero on the 65 basketball team. Dr. D right there looking good, bud. Nice wheels. Was Bill Gilbert on that team too, baby? All right.
Bill Gilbert, Tom Eckloff. All right, Jeffrey, we got a yellow 34 Ford representing the class of 1966. Greg Gordon, John Huckins,
Kakachi.
Don Kakachi.
Well, Joe, I got to tell you something. My mom was actually in the class of 1934, the year of that car. The lovely Lindy Stagnero Dunn, class of 34. She's turned the big 9-0 this year, and she followed Santa Cruz High basketball all year long, too.
Coming up next in a 69 Red Firebird, class of 1969, Chris Sorensen, Rod Fleming, Steve Seymour, and, of course, the coach, Bill Dodge. This, of course, the team that many considered the greatest, correct, Jeffrey?
One of the great all-time teams. A lot of my heroes in that car. Sad part is I'm now grayer than they are, Joel.
Up next, we told it was going to be a red Mustang, but clearly it's not. But this is the class of 79, Dwayne Whitley, and the class of 80, I believe, Tony Lopez and Rudy Escalante. Dwayne was an MVP for that 78-79 team. Heck of a player.
Absolutely.
Signing autographs.
Now, Joel, you missed another guy in that car. That's Mason Escalante there with his dad, Rudy. Looking good, Coach Baby.
Ooh. Class of 79 right there.
Oh, no. No, wait, Joel. I thought you had to graduate to get in this parade.
The 1927 Willie's night.
And this is the 1927 team with them, Joel.
Oh. Class of 83, Bill Domhoff, Steve Glass. And they lumped him in with the class of 83, Jack Sylvan.
Oh.
No, Jack was actually 88. Class of 88, member of the only other team in Santa Cruz High basketball history to get to NorCal's prior to this year's team. So Jack, a part of history.
I'm surprised that Bill Domhoff and Steve Glass survived this long to be in this parade, but there they are, looking good.
Class of 83 right there.
Billy D, how's that jump shot, Billy D?
Coming down next in the red Mustang, Sebring they're calling it, class of 1999, signing autographs there is Marcel Jackson. Marcel had a very good career here at Santa Cruz High and then went on to play at Long Beach State and then played overseas, and I believe is still playing overseas.
Just back from Germany, Marcel Jackson. What a fine ball player he was, and he went on from a great high school career to an even greater collegiate career, now playing pro ball in Europe. Marcel looking good.
Joined by the Santa Cruz High junior varsity coach, Charles Burks, and look who's hiding now, laying low,
wait a second.
Angelo Ross.
Here's one of the great point guards in Santa Cruz High history, Angelo Ross, class of 59. Call me a liar for 1 year, Angelo. 1958, all CCAL. Of course, a legend at Mission Hill. One of the great competitors in Santa Cruz High history.
Stands about
Angelo Ross.
Stands about 5'11", could dunk a basketball.
Absolutely, what a great athlete.
And here comes driving Dan Radoni's monster truck.
There we go.
Mike Pappas.
The one, the only Mike Pappas, way up there, Mikey. You can borrow my car again next week, Mike. Don't you owe me $5, buddy?
Dan Radoni, a local, along with Mike Pappas, and that truck is an award-winning truck, folks.
Mike Pappas, class of 1992 or 93. I coached at Santa Cruz High those years, and a bunch of great athletes played football, basketball, and baseball during that era.
Well, we need to acknowledge in this white truck, they're calling it the coach's car, and we see 1957 alum Phil Netto, his daughter, the freshman coach Christy Netto, along with Santa Cruz varsity assistant Eric Manabi. There's Phil Netto signing autographs. Phil, one of the greats.
Well, with the Nettos in the back, I want to remind everyone that their grandfather, Manuel Netto, is also a Santa Cruz High grad, one of the great athletes in Santa Cruz County history, member of the Hall of Fame, and I have one of his Santa Cruz hotel trophies in my house when they won this City League championship in 1949. Eric Manabi, now there's one of my all-time favorites. He did so much for this Santa Cruz High team this year. Got him in line, kept him going. No technicals this year for Manab. We won't tell you what high school Eric went to, but it was Watsonville High, class of 76.
Where's the tiara, Christy? She said she would wear one as the queen of Santa Cruz High basketball. Don't give us drivers.
That looks like it's being driven by my cousin Carlo Molia. Class of Santa Cruz High in the 1950s, always looking good and handsome as usual. Let's take that truck up to Reno right now, Carlo.
The Cardinal cheerleaders.
Of course he's driving the Cardinal. Oh, and there's Josh with them right there. It's all good.
And here come the ball boys for Santa Cruz High. On the hood, it says Eric Van Vliet. But Eric's too big to be in that car. They couldn't fit him, so they put these young
What a great
men in.
experience for them. They're going to remember this
Debbie
moment.
Wolf driving that car.
They're going to remember this the rest of their lives. What a great memory for those kids.
Leading off this parade, the man who was in charge the entire year, so he should be leading this parade, the point guard, Junior Russell.
All right, Joel, we saw this man do it all this year and do it all he did. One of the finest basketball players I've ever seen to come out of this county, Junior Russell.
Billy, we'll start with you. What does this mean today to see all these people out and giving you guys all this love?
I feel it's great having this much support from the community. It's something I'll never forget.
And Junior, let's talk to you. You having fun today?
Yeah, I'm having great fun, you know what I'm saying? I just love being here with all the community and stuff, and it's just really amazing to be here.
all the love you've gotten, how has that sort of helped you guys in getting through all this stuff, all the community support you've received?
Yeah, it really helped. It was like a motivation for us, and that's probably how we got through the whole season, winning state and stuff. So,
anything you want to say to this crowd that's out here to see you today?
I just love all you guys for coming down and supporting your Santa Cruz High basketball team.
All right, there you go, Junior Russell and Billy Peterson. Car being driven by Tex Ronning. With the state championship plaque in this red truck, Cliff Samet, Julius Freeman, and Michael Nortai.
Joel, as you know, Santa Cruz High won this championship on defense, and there's a couple of the finest defensive players they had this season.
Hey, Bobby Wilson here as well.
The legendary Bobby Wilson, class of 1954, Santa Cruz High School, also on that varsity basketball team.
All right, guys, we're here for this parade. Cliff Samet, let's start with you. What does it mean to see this community support out here today?
You know, it's great. Everyone came out, took the time out of their morning to come support us. They've been here all year, and, you know, I appreciate it.
Anything else you'd like to add, Julius? Great to see this crowd. Any message you'd like to give to these fans?
Not really. Cliff said it all. It just feels good to have everybody out supporting us. It feels good.
Michael, same thing. Anything else you want to add?
I think it's just good that, about the support that we have from this community, and just makes everything come together.
You guys having fun?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's great. Love it.
I'm surprised we don't have a video camera out here. You guys aren't filming all the crowd. Did anyone think of doing that?
Yeah.
Okay, there he is. Mr. Samet filming. Now we got it. There we go. All right. And here, of course, we're getting a shot of the state championship plaque. Now that you guys have had some time to reflect on it, Michael, has it sunk in of how special this run was and just how amazing your accomplishment was?
Yeah, it definitely has. I mean, we couldn't be here without, like, our friends, our family, and our community, and it just feels great to be here.
All right, we'll let you guys move on. Once again, 3 more members of the state champs. Cliff Samet, Julius Freeman, Michael Nortai.
Joel, to your left is also Ryan Vaughn. You asked about cameras. Ryan's making a film on this great basketball team. I got to see some previews, and it's going to be a great film. They're getting a little closer, Joel, but here are 2 of my favorites. Austin Swift and Jesse LeBeau. Jesse coming on with a big offensive game at the state championship, stepped it up.
They got another plaque. They won so many plaques, folks. I think every car could have a plaque. Kevin Ratliff here amongst the crowd, another alum of Santa Cruz High.
Oh,
Great point.
One of my all-time favorites. Yeah, absolutely.
Kevin, come on over and say hi.
Hey, one of the great teams there.
Austin, talk about how much fun this is to see all this community support out here. Are you loving it back here?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'm kind of nervous though right now.
More nervous than a game-winning free throw?
A little bit. I don't know. All these people out here make me kind of nervous.
It's all love. It's all love. Jesse, how about you? You having fun back here, or are you kind of feeling some of the nerves that Austin's feeling?
I'm feeling like Austin. Or I can't even talk. I'm too scared. I don't even know.
Well, don't be scared. We're all here to support you. Have you guys had a chance to kind of let this all sink in and reflect on how special this accomplishment has been?
Yeah, a little bit. It hasn't really hit me until when I woke up this morning and I knew that we were going to have this parade and stuff, but right now I'm feeling pretty good. It's just hitting me right now.
And Kevin, we'll get you in here. You had a big role, I know, in terms of pushing these guys in practice and keeping things positive on the bench. Talk about what this year's meant for you.
I don't know. It's been tough just sitting on the bench the whole time, but getting these guys ready, watching them in practice and all that, it's been good just watching and being through this. So, you know, next year I'll be ready.
And I know I saw you guys breaking out a trophy or a plaque here early, so we might as well get this one. We got which one is this now? CCS championship plaque being held up here. Taking down Drew Schiller in Burlingame. All right, we'll let you guys move on. Have fun out there, all right? One more time, Austin Swift, Kevin Konopelski, Jesse LeBeau.
load of players coming up here, Joel. See Chris Sharp, the big center who stepped it up this year, brought his game to the state championship level along with a number of other players.
In this car, we have Gary Smith, Sean Lynch, Taylor Vaughn, Jake Pino, and Chris Sharp. And we'll stop you here. Chris Sharp, you played a big role this year, obviously. How much fun has this been to see all these people out here today?
Oh, it's tons of fun. I wasn't expecting such a good turnout, but we got great support from the community.
Now, Austin and Jesse just went by, and they said they were a little nervous about being out here. Are you nervous at all seeing this crowd?
A little bit. It's a lot of people.
Have you had a chance to reflect on what you've accomplished and just how special it is?
It hasn't really settled in. It's still kind of amazing what we've done.
Well, have fun, guys. Congratulations. Here they go. Jake Pino, Taylor Vaughn, Sean Lynch, Gary Smith, and Chris Sharp.
All right, Joel, got another great load of players here, and leaning out that window, I recognize Will Wetmore driving behind Rudy Escalante, senior.
Our man
Will Wetmore, quarterback. Basketball player, came out of the stands to score for Santa Cruz High this year. Now on the baseball team.
Also on this truck, Steve Hill, Jared Carlson, Travis Hausler, and KG, Kevin Grellman.
Yeah.
Travis, we've had a chance to ask some of your teammates in front of you how this has felt and what it's all meant in terms of seeing this community support. How would you answer that question?
It's pretty amazing. Thanks for your support.
Are you nervous at all? Because some of those guys said they were a little nervous.
I don't know. It's a lot of people out here. I don't think I've ever seen so many people downtown.
And I know you guys, are you holding a trophy as well? Or was that? Here's another trophy. This one is for, which one? Okay, the Northern California Championship plaque.
Joel,
Will Wetmore holding the plaque, and Will, we'll talk to you. You brought a football mentality to this team, you and Michael and Billy, and talk about what this season has meant for you.
Well, for me, it was just a lot of fun just being able to go out and play with all those great players. I've never done anything like it, and something I'm going to remember my whole life.
Is there one thing that stands out from this season that's sort of a highlight for you? Obviously, a lot of fans know about you heroically coming out of the stands to score against SLV, but is there anything that sort of stands out for you?
Watching them win the state championship game was the most memorable thing I've ever seen and the most fun I've ever had at a game. So that's my favorite thing of the year.
All right, here they go with the Northern California plaque.
Joel, before you go, Rudy, one of my favorite Santa Cruz High alumni, Jesse Bubba Trummel, will sit riding shotgun to Rudy Escalante. Let's ask him what he felt when they won that state championship.
It's hard to describe. Best thing I've ever seen.
Best thing he's ever seen, Geoffrey. And
have him show you his tattoo for the camera there right now.
Here we go.
Thank you.
And this was done after the state championship or before?
Years ago.
Good. Wanted to make sure about that. All right, Jesse Trumbull, Rudy Escalante Sr., Will Wetmore, Jared Carlson, Travis Hausler, Kevin Grellman. Who'd I miss?
Jesse.
And Steve
I want you to
Hill.
see what I'm wearing today.
Sorry, Steve.
Given to me by the class of 1993, baby.
The Santa Cruz High horse riders, Sarah, Cece, and Heidi. All right, Joel Domhoff, Geoffrey Dunn, surrounding legendary coach at Santa Cruz High, Bill Dodge. And, Coach, what does it mean to you to see this community event here today?
Well, it's great. I think I've said before that Santa Cruz has always been a great town as far as supporting the high school, and I think they even maybe exceeded it a little bit this year with a great team, and they really got involved. When they played at the University of Santa Clara, there was something when the whole place stood up when they announced the team. And how many times do you have that happen? You know,
right.
Never. Then you go to Sacramento, and the whole bowl at the bottom is full. And it's a tribute to Santa Cruz with the kind of support that they give the high school.
Beautiful.
Coach, we want to thank you for joining us. We got to hustle over to Abbott Square for the rest of the festivities at Santa Cruz High. Legendary coach Bill Dodge We're heading over to Abbott Square, everybody.
Got that legendary out of there, you know. It always comes, you know, I got here at the right time, you know. And when you have good players, that's what counts, you know. That coach is just a baggage. Gets in the way sometimes, you know. And you just try to not get too much baggage and mess them up too much. Okay.
You're
All right,
far
thank
too
you, Coach.
modest.
Great.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Coach. All right, we're heading to Abbott Square.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's a great day to be a Cardinal. I'm John Collins, and I'm the president of the Santa Cruz City School Board, and I'm one proud guy today. This is a great, great community event. We appreciate you being here. And, boy, let me say it again. It's a great day to be a Cardinal. In just a minute, we'll be introducing your team, your 2005 California State Championship basketball team. Isn't this a great day to be a Cardinal? Before I go there, though, I need to thank a few people. Certainly, this was an all-community event, all-volunteer event, and we couldn't have done it without some significant alumni and some significant community leaders. It gives me great pleasure to thank a couple of people here. First of all, Lynn Robinson. Lynn, where are you? Lynn. Coming up the avenue. I also want to thank one of our main parade coordinator, Deborah Elson. I can't tell you how much work she's done. Deborah, give a hand. She is a wonderful, wonderful alumni. She's incredible. Thank you. She's incredible. She just worked, I think she worked about 80 hours a week on this event. We put it together in 2 weeks, and it was just wonderful, wonderful. I want to acknowledge a couple people that are here today. I saw Council Member Tony Medigrill. Where are you, Tony? Take a wave somewhere out there. I lost him. Right behind you, there he is. He picked up his basketball T-shirts, which, by the way, are available after this presentation. I want to thank C.C. Pinero, who is the vice president of the school board and a class of 70-something who rode in the parade, and also Vice Mayor Cynthia Matthews, who's over here. We appreciate you being here. Likewise, behind me is Alan Pagano, the superintendent of school. Appreciate the support of the administration. And standing next to him is, I think, one of the best principals ever, Karen Edmonds. You bet, at Santa Cruz High. I saw Tim Fitzmaurice in the audience somewhere. Tim, thanks for being here. We appreciate the city council support, because without the city of Santa Cruz and what they did as far as closing streets, we couldn't have had this parade today. I'm going to turn the program over to who I think is just one of the best coaches ever. I'm sure you agree with me, Pete Newell. Coach.
For those of you in the back that can't see, this is Harold Van Gorder, and he is a graduate of Santa Cruz High, the class of 1921. And Harold has come into our locker room before the first game, our first home game the last couple of years, and spoken to the team. He is a neighbor of Cliff Samet, and that's the connection that he has to our team. And Harold, thank you very much for coming. Really appreciate it.
I'm very happy to live around the corner from Cliff Samet, who I admire very much. And I think it's a wonderful thing that has been done. I watched the ball handling today, and I'm amazed at your skill in handling the ball. We were just playing marbles in my day, so to speak. But anyway, I didn't expect to be here because some of you know I'm 104 years of age, and
Thank you, Mr. Van Gorder. Well, they want me to introduce the players, and then there's going to be some presentations. Cliff Samet, a senior. Senior Kevin Grellman. Junior Sean Lynch. Junior Chris Sharp. Junior Taylor Vaughn. Junior Gary Smith. Senior Steve Hill. Junior Jared Carlson. Senior Julius Freeman. Senior Billy Peterson. Junior Jake Pino. Junior Jesse Lobu. Senior Travis Hausler. Junior Kevin Konopelski. Senior Michael Nortai. Senior Austin Swift. Eric Van Vliet is on a recruiting trip to Montana this weekend, and that's why he was not able to come here. We have everybody? Senior Will Wetmore. Senior Junior Russell. Junior signed a contract to model a new shade, so. How about Thatcher and Alex? Come on up here, our ball boys. And Dylan and Eric. Come on up here, you guys. I'd also like to introduce our principal, Karen Edmonds. Scorekeepers use pencils for mistakes, and she never once used her eraser. Linnell Hill, in the last 4 years. A lot of words to be said and other people to speak, but this would not have been possible without great great parenting. So you guys give a hand too. Great parents. Also like to thank all of you for being here, and you represent literally thousands of people that have followed our team. And at Cabrillo, they had maybe about 100 supporters from St. Mary's, and the rest of the gym was Santa Cruz High, and lots of red and white, and the vocal support was unbelievable. And I think that night we understood that we were representing this community. And then Thursday at Santa Clara, when we played O'Dowd, about 3,000 folks came. And then the next 2 Saturdays at Sacramento, it just seemed to grow. And so I know many of you were at the either game or both games, and this is a great memory for them. I'm going to tell this one more time. This is a highlight of their life. It's not going to be the highlight of their life, but it is a highlight. Thanks for your support.
Thank you very much, Coach. Commissioner of the Central Coast Section, CCS, Pat Lovell. Pat.
Thank you, John. It's a great day to be here in Santa Cruz. We have a special presentation from the SCCAL to each one of the participants and Coach Newell's group here, and I have a special gift for him also. But it's such a great thing, you know, where the kids start out, and we're the first stepping stone in our league, the Santa Cruz Coast Athletic League. Without the league and some starting point, this probably would have never happened. But the kids got better and better. They played with pride and style, grace, whatever, and they are to be commended. It was a tremendous thing. So what I have for them, I'll bring Junior Russell up here because he's the only guy I'm taller than on the team. So, Junior, if you can, oh, there he is. I have league medals for each one of them. On the back of the medal, it says 2004, 2005 state champions, Santa Cruz High School basketball, 36-1. Give me the first one. And for Coach Newell, probably something that he's going to need now since he is leaving and going on to another school to coach is a lifetime all-league pass to all SCCAL events.
If you want me to hand these out to the kids, that'd be great. Okay. We have a great coaching staff at Santa Cruz High, and I would be remiss if I didn't introduce each one of them. Christy Netto and her father, Phil, coach the freshmen.
Get up, come on up here. Phil, come up
here. Our JV coach for many years, a Santa Cruz High graduate and unbelievably loyal, is Charles Burks. And this is his third stint, and by far his most successful stint as assistant varsity coach, Eric Minabi.
With that, I know you all been waiting for what I think is one of our favorite sons. What an example for Santa Cruz High School. Is this a great day to be a Cardinal? Yeah, there we go. All right. All right. I also noticed that one of our council members, Ed, is here. Ed, thanks for being here today. And with that, we're going to turn it over to, I think, what an example, huh? We've got lawyers, we've got doctors, we've got nurses, we've got everything coming from Santa Cruz High alumni. Now we have the California Secretary of State. Boy. I know Pop is happy right now too, Bruce.
Perhaps we really didn't know how good this team was. They won 3, then lost that overtime game, the 4th game, and then just went on 33 games in a row and really made history for Santa Cruz, and how proud we are of all of them.
Yes, this is my Letterman's jacket of a letter sort of just a few years ago. Yeah, 4 or 5, right. But, when you win 33 in a row and by an average of over 20 points, that's significant. But it's a tribute to them, too. And as Coach Newell told me, that the reason these guys won is they shared. And they didn't become jealous. They really appreciated each other and the talents they have. And what the camaraderie that they had through this season, they will never forget it. And it's something that's very, very special. But they did it, as I said, with class, and they did it for us at Santa Cruz, and made history for Santa Cruz County, becoming the first state champions to ever represent this county. They should be very proud. I am going to present, I won't do this right now, but a certificate of appreciation and accomplishment from the Secretary of State's office to each of the players. Congratulations. Here's an archival protected Santa Cruz County Cardinal basketball team Division III certificate to say that this is the Division III champions for the state of California in 2004-05. Congratulations. And then this next one, this guy's not going to appreciate because it's for Pete. He's not going to like because it's for him. And we know how much attention Pete Newell likes to get, right? Coaches do have some strong influences on lives. I mean, Bill Dodge, and where is Bill Dodge? He's back there hiding. I think that man had as much influence in my life as anybody, so I really think the world of him. But for these gentlemen and for the players that have come and gone, and some girls, Pete Newell for 30 years has just done a fantastic job. And I know that he doesn't like this kind of stuff, but he started, his first team was 1-23, as I think we read. And it took him to his 8th year until he got a winning team. But I kind of turned that around in a hurry, I think. And he is, as I said in a letter that you might have seen that I wrote, he's a great guy, but he's even a better human being. I get through that sometimes better than others, but I just want to say to the greatest guy for so many young people who are going to make a tremendous impact on their lives, I want to present this to Pete Newell, a great coach and a better man. And then I have a letter, Santa Cruz Cardinals. On behalf of all Californians, I am delighted to send you my warmest congratulations on winning the Division III Boys Basketball State Championship. As a former professional athlete, I understand the discipline and commitment it takes to challenge top competitors, and I commend each of you for your determination and perseverance. Becoming champions requires individual dedication, tremendous teamwork, and respect for your teammates and coaches. I send special congratulations to Coach Pete Newell Jr., whose exceptional leadership helped guide the Cardinals to victory. This championship caps the season's 36-1 record and Coach Newell's 554-324 career record over the course of 30 years as a boys basketball coach. During this weekend celebration parade, your team will be joined by Secretary of State Bruce McPherson, a 1961 graduate of Santa Cruz High School. I join him in expressing my gratitude for the fine example you have set for the young people across this great state. Again, congratulations and best luck for the future. Signed, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Governor of California.
Bruce, we have a little something for you from the Santa Cruz City Schools and from this basketball team that you can play and use with Arnold occasionally. Yeah, you got hands. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you so much for being here today. Having a big round. It's a great day to be a Cardinal!
Santa Cruz, red and white, that's the line we go. That's about
This public service announcement is to tell you about ATLC, and I'm here with Karina McPherson, who is the program director, and also with Women Rise for Global Peace. Karina.
ATLC stands for the Alliance for Transforming the Lives of Children, and I'm here today to tell you about a new service, a family support network, Warm Line. Crisis hotlines are for life-shattering moments. The Warm Line is the one to dial when you're concerned about the well-being of your child. Santa Cruz and ATLC have come together to help nurture our children in our communities. This is a national family service, but the launchpad is Santa Cruz. For more information, you can call me at 831-477-1632, or for help or support, call the Warm Line 800 number, or go to our website at atlcwarmline.org.
And remember, the Warm Line is now open to everyone nationally. Thank you.
perfect to be a perfect parent. When you adopt a child from foster care, just being there makes all the difference.
Someone once wrote that on a clear day you can see forever, and thankfully Mother Nature has appeased us here today, and we can see at least to the end of Pacific Avenue. Joel Domhoff alongside Santa Cruz historian, longtime Santa Cruz High basketball fan, local legend Geoffrey Dunn. Glad you could join us for this historic event here on Community TV. Of course, we're here for the Santa Cruz High basketball team, the state champions, beating a bunch of good teams to get to the state championship. Jeff Dunn and to the victor go the spoils, and here we are.
Well, Joel, you and I got to share a lot of this season together. Santa Cruz High, great basketball team. This is really a great gift to the Santa Cruz community. You and I both grew up here. We followed a lot of sports teams, but no team has ever quite gone this far and brought the state championship home to our community.
I know already you've seen a lot of old people here that you've known for a long time, and a lot of people have come out.
When we played our charade.
On this historic day in downtown Santa Cruz, Joel Domhoff alongside longtime Santa Cruz High basketball fan, local historian Geoffrey Dunn. Following the Santa Cruz High Cardinals boys basketball state championship run, to the victor go the spoils. Geoffrey Dunn, a beautiful day for a parade. And of course, it's all about the kids and what they've done since the age of 5, 6, 7, first picking up a ball, and it's all led to this.
It's a great day for Santa Cruz. These kids have grown up here in this community. A lot of them went to Mission Hill Junior High, gone to Santa Cruz High, and brought back the state championship for Santa Cruz. You and I get to see them play most of their games the last couple of years. We've seen them come together. We've seen a lot of teams play in this community, but we've never seen a team bring back a state championship like they have.
And what's been great about this run for Santa Cruz High is about that junior high age that you mentioned. A lot of kids at that level start looking up to these guys as sort of role models and heroes. And I've already seen a number of young faces here on the sidewalk, and talk about what that means for these young kids to kind of look up to these guys and have them as heroes and role models winning state championships.
Well, it's kind of funny because, you know, growing up here in Santa Cruz, I still see a lot of the guys that were my heroes growing up. And every once in a while, I'll walk up to a guy and I'll go, "You were my hero when I was a kid." And they go, "Really?" "Yeah." I go, "Yeah, no, you wore number 24. And really, I have those feelings looking at this team. We're going to see the 1968-1969 team that was a great Santa Cruz High team. I was in junior high when they played, and they were my heroes, believe me. Guys like Gary Ginninelli, and earlier on, guys like Larry Griffin and his brother Gary. They were great ball players, and you know, it'll be, Glenn Griffin, and they were great guys who I looked up to as a kid.
Well, of course, Secretary or State, what am I saying here?
Secretary
of State, thank you. Bruce McPherson will be the co-grand marshal here, along with your man Harold, the 104-year-old Harold Van Loader, right?
Van Gorder.
Van Gorder.
The Harold
so
Van Gorder.
We will have interviews with them, and we'll hear from Bruce. But talk about that connection, too, with Bruce and Harold.
Well, as I was telling you, my great-uncle Maulio went to high school with Harold Van Gorder, and they were on the 1919 track team together when my uncle actually raced John Steinbeck in the mile in Salinas. And along with those classmates was also Bruce McPherson's dad, Fred McPherson Jr., who was also a classmate of Harold's and Maulio. So it's a great coming together of generations here. I hope the kids realize how cool it is to have Harold in this parade. He played on the Santa Cruz High team in 1922.
Wow. Well, history here is being made, historical event for Santa Cruz. We can't wait to bring it to you here on Cruise 4. We'll have highlights, interviews. It'll all be coming up right after this.
Right now, come to Bailey Properties. Let us take care of all of your real estate needs so you can enjoy life on the Monterey Bay. We feature a full line of services and people you can trust. So if you're buying, selling, or financing, relax. Let Bailey Properties do the work.
Coast Rehab is the premier sports medicine facility on the Central Coast. We specialize in helping people recover from their injuries as quickly as possible.
One reason I feel Coast Rehab stands out is our desire to always learn and improve, whether it's through learning a new treatment technique, gaining additional certifications, taking new courses, or writing articles for our website. We feel it's important to continue to advance our skills.
Coast Rehab is located in Aptos, 3 blocks south of Cabrillo College at 7010 Soquel Drive.
And now, the top 10 reasons to work at Whiting's on the Boardwalk.
Because you learn a lot. Because my parents make me.
Because you get to work with friends. Because it's fun. It's all about the money, baby. They work around my busy schedule. Did I mention the money?
We work at the beach. Because the food is fun.
Because Whiting Foods rock!
Game of the Week proudly welcomes its newest sponsor, Valley Sports. From outfitting Little Leaguers to high school sports teams to collegiate athletes, Valley Sports carries the equipment, apparel, and accessories for your sporting needs. Located across from Tucson Taqueria in the Kings Village Shopping Center, Valley Sports is open daily. Watch for our new and bigger location in mid-February. Valley Sports, where the Valley and all of Santa Cruz County gets geared up.
Severino's Grill is acclaimed for its appealing atmosphere and delicious food. The casual setting complements the award-winning menu, featuring seafood, pasta, and excellent cuts of meat. Severino's Grill offers its guests a fun dining experience. Treat yourself to delicious meals served in our dining room with views of our patio surrounded by lush gardens, a koi pond, and a waterfall. Whether dining inside or out, you'll love our signature cocktails from Severino's Bar. Come to Severino's Grill and get hooked.
Basically, the reason why I love basketball so much is because when I was like 5 years old, my dad, he used to like always teach me how to play basketball and stuff, and he always thought that I was going to be a special kid when I was growing up, so he helped me with my game and stuff, and I was really good in through high school and stuff, so I just kept wanting to proceed my goal and try to get through high school and get a scholarship for basketball. But like when little kids are looking at me, it makes me feel like I'm like a leader to them and stuff like that, because like people in the NBA, I look up to them too, so it's really like even, so. today, this parade, you know, it's amazing to see, you know, already people are coming out. It's really fun to, you know, really interact with the community and, you know, show our appreciation as they'll show their appreciation again. And, you know, it's amazing to think that we're actually, you know, role models to these kids that are growing up and maybe, you know, trying to play like we did or whatever. It's just really cool. I still have two brothers that are going through Santa Cruz High, and, you know, hopefully I can just, you know, set a good example for the younger players coming up, and if I, you know, keep that clean slate going, I think that it'll be really helpful to the younger players.
I think the thing I'm going to take away is the family and the relationships that have been built for the past 6 months. The friendships, I think, because we're just like basically a family now. We've been together for so many months, and we developed a good relationship among all the players, and that's what I'm going to take away, just the relationships and the family.
Like in public, I see a lot of people and they say congratulations, and they want to introduce me to their kids sometimes, and then that just feels kind of good, I think, like a celebrity, I guess. I think the best part was all the cheering section, like in the big games. I mean, we had a lot of support, and we just felt like the crowd was always on our side and clapping whenever we made a basket, and just it felt good. There's a lot of energy.
Great day to be a Cardinal? Yeah, there we go. All right. All right. I also noticed one of our council members, Ed, is here. Ed, thanks for being here today. And with that, we're going to turn it over to, I think, what an example, huh? We've got lawyers, we've got doctors, we've got nurses, we've got everything coming from Santa Cruz High alumni. Now we have the California Secretary of State. Boy. I know Pop is happy right now, too, Bruce. I give you Bruce McPherson.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Congratulations. You know, for about 24 hours in this confirmation process, Bruce McPherson was the most talked about Santa Cruz thing to hit Sacramento. And then the Cardinal basketball team came to town, and that was history. And so they've got it. There's an archival protected Santa Cruz County Cardinal basketball team Division III certificate to say that this is the Division III champion for the state of California in 2004-05. Congratulations. And then this next one, this guy's not going to appreciate because it's for preaching. He's not going to like because it's for him. And we know how much attention Pete Newell likes to get, right? You know, coaches do have some strong influences on lives. I mean, Bill Dodge, and he is, where is Bill Dodge? He is back here somewhere. But I just want to say to the greatest guy, for so many young people who are going to make a tremendous impact on their lives, I want to present this to Pete Newell, a great coach and a better man. For you from the Santa Cruz City Schools and from the basketball team that you can play and use with Arnold occasionally. Okay, second hand.
Okay, Jeff Dunn here with Rod Fleming, Santa Cruz High class of 1969, another homeboy. Rod was one of my heroes growing up in town, not only in basketball but also in baseball. Rod, what does this mean to you, seeing this championship in your hometown?
It's a wonderful feeling. It's a culmination, I think, of every kid's dream to be able to reach a pinnacle of a championship such as this. And I think it really has made all of our dreams, the class of 50s and 40s and 30s before us and 60s now and 70s and beyond, just a culmination of a pinnacle championship, and I'm proud to be a part of this community and a part of what went on this year. This team is a very special team, and I know that it really rallied a lot of alumnus, you know, around this effort, and I think that was even more exciting for me, you know, seeing the old faces and seeing the old enthusiasm and so forth come out. It was a wonderful, wonderful feeling.
You know, I saw you with Chris Sorensen here today, teammate of yours, both in basketball and baseball, as I recall. Yeah. What's it like seeing someone like him come back to town and sort of carry on some of the old glory days?
Oh, it's great. Chris and I were very close friends growing up in this town, all the way from 6th grade and on, and to have somebody like that show up and now in our 50s and our golden years and still be the same personality and still bring back some of the memories and so forth. It's great to see people like Chris come down and support this, because it's certainly something that's certainly bigger than Chris and I, and it's fun to enjoy it with as many people as you possibly can.
All right, thanks very much for being here, Rod. We'll be right back.
All right, thanks, Jeff.
Speed.
Agility.
Conditioning.
Welcome to Charlie's World, where we provide serious training for the serious athlete. And 1, good girl. 3, you're on. Serious training for the serious athlete. At Charlie's World!
Joel Domhoff here with Larry Griffin, Santa Cruz High class of 65. We saw him in the parade earlier, and Larry, talk about what it means for you just to be a part of this event here today.
Well, you know, I graduated in the class of 65, and we had a championship team with that year, and Bill Dodge was the coach. And you know, over the years, I've been watching the progress of Santa Cruz High School's basketball program, and they've had various teams. They've had championship teams, but this is probably the most exciting, you know, event for me to follow a great team that Santa Cruz has, you know, throughout the year, and let them, you know, and they ended up as the state championship, state champions. And I think it's great for the community. I think it's great for Santa Cruz County to have a state champion that everybody can look up to. Pete Newell, you know, had these great kids that he was coaching and stuff, and everybody just pulled together. The community really stood behind these kids, you know, throughout the year, and it was like a following that was going from town to town, and I got caught up in the frenzy, and I find myself, you know, going up to Sacramento, and the night before catching the hotel, you know, so, you know, I, you know, put my percentage in there of supporting these kids, you know, throughout the school year and stuff like that. And with the retirement of Pete Newell, I'm sure this program will continue to be successful throughout the years and stuff. And so you'll probably see more great teams come along. I'm really proud to be part of it, you know, in the year of 2005, you know. And I said, gosh, that's 1965 to 2005. I said, that's pretty nice, but I'm still here.
You guys are due for a reunion probably this year.
Yeah, we're going to be we're going to have a class reunion for a class of '65. I got in touch with one of my classmates, Chuck Comstock. He kind of reminded me of, and we're going to have a reunion this year. I try to get some of the other members on our basketball team. It was on the championship team in '65. Doug Koskela, Bill Gilbert, Tom Ankloff, my brother, and Don Kakachi, and Greg Gordon. There were a few other members on the team that were living in other states, and I did get to talk to them, and I hadn't talked to them, you know, in 30 or 40 years. So it was kind of nice to see even those guys show up, and to see people that were coming to the championship games up in Sacramento that I hadn't seen in 30, 40 years, that had moved out of the area, and they were still following those kids. So I know that they still keep in touch with the progress of Santa Cruz High School sports, and again, all I can say is that I'm very proud to be a Santa Cruzan and to be an alumnus of Santa Cruz High School, and to be part of a tradition that'll probably be going on for many years after I'm gone.
Well, we thank you for coming out today. That's Larry Griffin, class of '65.
Hi, I'm Jeff Dunn. I'm back with Tammy Vaughn and Cindy Samet. We wanted two of the parents on this year's basketball team. What did it mean for your sons to be part of the state championship squad?
It was an awesome year. The boys all just hung together, and they played like a team, even if they were sitting on the bench.
Great. How about for you?
It was wonderful to see them become a unit, and they just kind of became their own cocoon of a team and forged this alliance and this dream together, and we just got to enjoy the best ride of our lives. It was a blast.
Have you noticed changes in their lives since this happened? What's it meant for them in particular?
I think the community has come through so much for the boys that if they thought they were nameless on the street, they now have a name, and it's a Santa Cruz High Cardinal.
Okay.
I agree, and I think they also feel this bond to give back, like to reach out to the kids and to support the community, and I think that's a wonderful extension of what's been given to them.
Great. Thank you both very much, and congratulations on your support for this great season.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Joel Domoff here with Steve Glass, Santa Cruz High, class of '83. You saw him earlier in the parade. Steve, talk about what this meant to you today in terms of just being a part of it and seeing the community support.
Well, for me, it was a little bit embarrassing sitting in that car and waving, knowing that I didn't play a minute on that state championship basketball team. But then I got to thinking, hey, no, I'm representing all my teammates from the early '80s, and
sitting there next to Jack Sylvan and my best friend Bill Domhoff and thinking about Glen Allen Hill, the guys I got to play with back in the early 80s. That's what it was all about. And I'm so happy for Pete Newell. You know, what a storybook finish to his career. 30 years and ending with the state championship. It's a great day to be a Cardinal.
And Steve, quickly tell us what impressed you most about this year's team. I know you were at a lot of the games. What was most impressive to you about this team?
Well, for once, their talent was amazing. They just they played outstanding basketball together, and you know, I also was really impressed with their resiliency to always bounce back, to do something. When you thought they were down, they'd always find a way to make it happen. And I guess it's true. Champions always find a way to get it done.
Steve, we thank you for coming out today.
All right, Jeff Dunn back here with the Secretary of State, Santa Cruz High grad, 1961, Bruce McPherson. Bruce, thanks for being here.
Thank you, Jeff. It's great to be here. This is good hometown stuff. I love it. This is what we need more of. And I just want to thank the Santa Cruz High boys team and Coach Newell, Manavita, just for what they did and how they brought it home. Literally, they made history.
Hey, a lot of people don't know this about Bruce, but he was a great athlete. He was a great baseball player and football player. Played football at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. But I saw a picture in an early yearbook where he was also playing lightweight basketball under my coach and his, Jungle Jim Simpson.
That's right. Yeah, Jim Simpson was a great coach, and then he went to SoCal. There was just 4 schools in the league when we were here: Santa Cruz, Watsonville, Monterey, and Salinas. But now it's just split up again. I don't know if I like that, but the way it did it. But this is what we have, and what's here today. The people, Santa Cruz, how they supported their team, and the whole coaching staff and the school itself, the administration. It's terrific.
You know, your brother Bruce was also a great athlete. Your brother Fred was also a great athlete, and you followed in his footsteps there. How much did athletics mean to you in terms of your political career?
It meant as much as anything in my life. I mean, you learn to win and lose, and I use a quote by Woody Hayes, show me a good loser and I'll show you a loser, which I think is kind of neat to say, but you have to learn to lose with some grace and then enjoy the victory. And these guys, Santa Cruz High, were class acts. When they won, they did it with class, and they didn't lose but once, so they didn't have to worry about the other way. But it teaches you so many lessons about determination, how you have to work with other people in life, and for this political life, that's what it's all about. So athletics has meant everything to me.
You were talking a little bit about Santa Cruz High coach Pete Newell up there today. Right. I saw you get a little teary-eyed.
Oh, yeah.
And talk a little bit about Pete as a coach and, as you said, as a man. You know, here's a guy, 5 times Teacher of the Year at Santa Cruz High.
Yeah. Well, he just has a great ability to connect with people, whether it's in the classroom, whether it's a young student, if they're boys or girls or whatever. He just does it, and he makes them want to succeed, and they do under his leadership. Pete Newell is just a special guy. Like I said, he is a tremendous coach, as we've recognized today, but he's even a better human being.
All right, final thoughts on what this means for your hometown, the state championship coming home, the same time you're going up to Sacramento.
Right, like I said, for about 24 hours, I kind of was the highlight of Sacramento about Santa Cruz, and then the boys basketball team hit town, and that was history for me. But this is history for Santa Cruz, and boy, I hold bragging rights about telling people how the Santa Cruz boys came up to Arco Arena and came back, and the way they did it that was what was so neat about it. I mean, they were down by 8 in the second half, most they've ever been down all year, and never panicked. They just kept with it, and that's where their teamwork and their belief in one another came through more than ever in the last game, and that's when they wanted the most, I'm sure.
All right, Secretary of State Bruce McPherson, made a special day for me for you to be here and for our entire community. Thank you for all you've done for Santa Cruz and now the state of California. Thank you all.
Joel Domhoff here with Santa Cruz High junior varsity coach Charles Burks and the coach of the freshman team, Christy Netto, and her assistant, her father, Phil Netto. They were all, of course, part of the parade and part of the growth of this team that you saw eventually lead to the state championship. Charles, talk about what this means for you to see sort of your boys grow up here before our eyes.
And like you said, they grew up and they had a tremendous season. It's just unbelievable what they have accomplished. You know, since they was young, they had a goal in mind. And this year, they put it all together. They just unbelievable what they did.
Talk about what you saw here today in terms of the community support and just how great it was to be part of an event like this.
It's just years and years of coming, and the community just stepped up, and it's just great what the city did for these kids, and unbelievable. It's just, I'm amazed. Riding in the parade is like, whoa. It was just great. It was just great to see these kids and the people out there supporting the school and the community.
We thank you for coming out. Coach Christy Netto, what did it mean for you to be a part of this and see your boys grow up before our eyes?
It was great. It was fun to see them and just have them be as nervous as we were and have them accomplish what they had to do. It was great. They worked hard all the 3 years that they played and then, of course, this year. So it meant a lot. It was a lot of fun. It was a great run. We had a good time watching them.
And how about just being a part of the event today and seeing the community support? How much fun was that?
It was great sitting in the car with my dad and everybody yelling our name, and it was great. But we wanted to focus on the boys, but still it was fun for us too because, you know, we put a lot of work in with these boys too, so it was good to get the little accomplishment for us too, so it was good.
Thank you for coming out. And last but not least, Santa Cruz High class of 57, right? Phil Netto played for Santa Cruz High and now, of course, helping your daughter coach. What did this mean for you to just be a part of this today?
Oh, being a part of it today is a combination of a lot of work by Christy. I'm just there in body and a little bit of spirit and help as much as I can. But to see the support of this community, when I graduated from high school, there was maybe 17,000 people in Santa Cruz. And we would pack the auditorium twice a week. But nothing on the level of this. It was just amazing going to the state games and seeing what they've done. But it's a tribute to Pete, and that's all of us, really. I mean, everybody worked hard, and it was well worth it watching it today.
Did you see signs of this coaching them when they were freshmen?
I didn't. The first year I didn't help Christy that much. The last 4 years I have, and you could see him grow each year, especially this year in practice. I've seen him every day from November to the end, and each day you could see him grow. You could see him stand a little taller. Nothing between them, no jealousy. They just went out and they knew they had a job to do, and boy, they did it.
And being part of the parade, how much fun was that for you to be riding in the back of the car with your daughter?
That's cool, you know. They give the old guys a bone once in a while, you know. So it was kind of neat. You see, I've seen a lot of people that I've known for many years here in town, and it was fun. We enjoyed it very much.
I know on behalf of the entire Santa Cruz basketball community, we thank you three for your work that you did and helping make this possible, and thanks for coming out today.
Thank you.
Good job.
Bye, Coach. Bye, Dad. See ya. Mom, too.
Back here at Abbott Square, Joel Domhoff, Geoffrey Dunn, and Geoffrey, your thoughts to sort of sum up what we've seen today and experienced and been a part of. It's been special.
This has been a spectacular, wonderful, memorable day here in Santa Cruz. Joel, as you know, yesterday I celebrated my 50th birthday and 50 years in Santa Cruz, and I'm glad starting the second half century with this. I will remember this for the rest of my life.
Was there anything in particular that stood out for you?
Well, I have to tell you, watching the kids from the Santa Cruz High basketball team coming down Pacific Avenue in the parade and seeing how the people responded to them, I got chills. You know, when Junior rolled up at the head of the pack and hearing those cheers coming down the avenue, it was really exciting, and I thought, my God, what a day these kids will never forget.
Well, we won't forget it either here. We were so glad to be a part of it and bring it to you here on Cruise 4. Coming up next will be a replay of the state championship game. For now, for Geoffrey Dunn, Joel Domhoff, thanks for joining us on this historic day. Santa Cruz High state basketball champions, the parade, you saw it all. Thanks for watching, everybody.
We're high atop Arco Arena inside the home of the NBA Sacramento Kings for this very special presentation of the Game of the Week. Today's matchup for the Division III State Championship in boys basketball is between the Southern California champion St. Augustine Saints and the Northern California champion, the Santa Cruz High Cardinals. Good evening, Hoop fans, and welcome. Joel Domhoff alongside the coach, Bob Bogalski. We're here, folks, the ultimate game. Throw out every cliche you want. This is for all the marbles, Coach Bogalski. And what a matchup we expect this to be. Santa Cruz comes in 35-1, winners of 32 in a row, facing a St. Augustine squad that is unbeaten in 31 games. And they like to play a same style as Santa Cruz in terms of the press. And that's one of the things we really need to focus on in watching today's game, Coach.
It's pretty hard for us to evaluate St. Augustine's without any tape, without seeing any teams or any common opponents other than St. Marguerite's, I get right? But I'm looking at this game to be sort of a game to prepare for, similar to the O'Dowd. O'Dowd and this team seems to have multiple defenses, multiple offensive sets, a pretty well-disciplined team, and probably short on a bench is about the only thing I see right now. For the Cardinals, I see just a number of things that happen. Number one, turnovers is the big thing for the Cardinals. They can control that. The other two things is how tough are the presses and the defense that St. Augustine's going to put against us, and how good of a shooting team are they. I know they're capable of scoring anywhere from high 60s to 100, but so are we. So I'm looking at it as a toss-up. It's a great game for a championship game.
Well, St. Augustine, as you mentioned, loves to press. They have a variety of presses they throw at you, a man press, a couple of different zone presses. They have the athletes to do it. Size-wise, Santa Cruz has an advantage, so I ask you this. To beat the press, would you say maybe give it to Junior Russell and get out of his way, or look to go over the top to get some easy looks with the obvious height advantage that they will have?
I think the first thing we have to use is go with Junior. If they clear and let him bring it up, it makes it a heck of a lot easier for us. If they really trap and zone press, then we got to bring in the big guys. And we might get the ball to Junior, who will pass to the next man, and he'll determine the flow of the game. So those are two choices I think Coach has right now.
Now, offensively for St. Augustine, they have a star player, number 5. Keep your eye on him. It's Andre Hardy. He had 30 points, 15 rebounds in their Southern California final victory. He stands 6'5". They also have a 6'7" kid named Pinckney. But beyond that, it's a bunch of small guys. They like to create offense with their defense. So Santa Cruz defensively, what do you look for them to do? St. Augustine, susceptible to turning it over. They had 27 turnovers themselves in their game last week.
Well, I don't know what caused those turnovers. That's the thing. We'll make that evaluation after the first few minutes of the game. However, I still think we have the players to combat whatever they throw at us. I'm concerned that they're only St. Augustine is using 6 players, so they can come up with a combination of 3 small, 2 big, 3 big, and 2 small. Very, again, similar to what we can do. So if we're on the same page, 2 against 2 and 3 against 3, we're going to do all right. And I think Coach Newell is smart enough to read that.
Both these teams thrive on big third quarters. You followed the Cardinals, you know that already. St. Augustine the same way. A close game last week at halftime. They dropped a 20-4 run in the third quarter on their opponent to clinch that Southern Cal title. So we'll look for that big adjustment too after halftime once these coaches feel each other out.
Well, I'm sure that's going to happen, but we're going to have to play this one by ear, because either team could be ahead by 12, or we could be tied, even Steven, going into the final half.
Well, both these teams looking to make history. This is their first appearance ever in a state championship game. One of them will go home a winner. The Cardinals are confident and relaxed. They believe it will be them. We'll be back for the starting lineups and the opening tip right after this.
Following the tragic events of September 11th, there have been hundreds of violent attacks against innocent Americans.
Remember what that flag you're waving stands for.
Remember, please stop the hate.
We're stronger when we are united. Remember what that flag you're waving stands for.
One nation, under God,
Indivisible. With liberty
and justice
for all.
In America, there's either room for everyone, or it's not America.
Don't pick the wrong fight.
Let's keep America land of the free.
Stop the hate.
We're inside Arco Arena. Joel Domhoff and the coach, Bob Bogolski. You hear the reception for the Santa Cruz High Cardinals. It is a predominantly Cardinal crowd making the drive up north on Interstate 80. And that should help the Cardinals, Coach. We talked about it last week on the broadcast that maybe playing here last week gives them a little more of a comfort level. And obviously with this huge Cardinal crowd, that'll help the Santa Cruz squad as well.
Hey, this is a tremendous tribute to the people of Santa Cruz. A verbal and a look at this crowd here, the number of red people. We represent probably 3/3 of the stadium to about 25% for St. Augustine.
The non-starters being announced for both teams. St. Augustine. And here comes the Cardinal non-starters. As we said, 32 straight wins. The one common opponent for these two teams, Santa Margarita. Santa Cruz lost to them in the preseason. A game in overtime they lost that they really should have won. They had a 3-point lead with 5 seconds to go, missed 2 free throws to ice it. Santa Margarita hit a 3 to force overtime and then won. Meanwhile, this St. Augustine team beat Santa Margarita in the Southern semifinals by 3. So that's almost a wash when you look at the common opponents.
We do, except I got a step on you. I talked to the fellas filming the St. Augustine game. Naturally, he's from St. Augustine. I said, how do you expect this game to go? Oh, we're going to win. Cool. Would you expect anything different?
Wow, okay. Well, not much respect being given to these Cardinals. Well, they'll have to earn it on the court.
That's right.
As we said, St. Augustine, unlike any team that the Cardinals have played, O'Dowd is probably the closest team you could compare them to. But they pressed relentlessly, folks. As Coach mentioned, they had a 100-point game in the early rounds of the playoffs. As you see Andre Hardy being introduced, he is their star. But Santa Cruz, if they can handle that pressure, I feel like has a good chance to win this game.
Certainly. It's going to depend on the turnovers, what kind of pressure is going to be placed on. And our Cardinals come a long way. They face all kinds of defenses.
And I must say that St. Augustine's schedule was not the toughest in terms of they have a pretty weak league, as did Santa Cruz. So they cruised through their league matchups and their early rounds of the playoffs. So, yes, it's a 31-0 record, but I don't know. If I look at strength of schedule, I give the edge to Santa Cruz. Of course, they beat the Division I NorCal champion Serra at Serra, beat the Division II NorCal finalist Palo Alto, handled everything that came at them. So I really feel like strength of schedule-wise, Santa Cruz has the edge.
Well, that's a good evaluation, but I look at a number of teams playing in this tournament that were beat by others that wish they would be here.
Junior Russell getting the ovation as the last starter introduced, and there's the ovation for Pete Newell Jr. coaching the final game of his 30-year career as the Santa Cruz High coach. And obviously his players would love to send Pete Newell out with a victory, Coach.
Oh, they certainly will. This is the game that the kids have been waiting all year for. They came this close, they were going to win it for Big Pete. So the kids are ready for it.
And here's my favorite singer of all time, Carrie Wells, Santa Cruz High. If you have not heard her sing, folks, listen and enjoy.
And
Gary Wells once again bringing it for the national anthem, getting this game started the way it should be. We heard some of the St. Augustine crowd singing during her anthem, and I don't want to get too much into that, but I always thought you show reverence for the singer, and I know there's a lot of Cardinals down here, Cardinal fans down here, that we're trying to shush that crowd. But anyways, St. Augustine, 700 students, an all-boys school, and they brought a decent contingent here, but clearly, as we said, they are outnumbered by the red and white.
Well, we're now ready to go. We've got all the preliminary things over. The boys are just waiting for enough time to get rid of the jitters and get on with this game.
It'll be 6'7" James Pinckney jumping center against Santa Cruz's 6'8" Cliff Samet. Cardinals in their home white with red trim. Saints in purple with black trim, and we're just about underway. State final at Arco. Junior Russell, left elbow, got it!
There's the man to start the game off.
Cardinals in a 1-2-2 full court press. Saints are susceptible to turnovers as well. That's Robert Hayes, just a sophomore. And there's Hardy going baseline. Can't hit. Good D by Sharp. Rebound Swift. Here comes Junior. 1-on-3. He'll reset with Swift. Right side LeBeau. Saints in a man-to-man. Sharp high post. Still has it. LeBeau off a screen. And there again, the Saints will poke at the ball. And they get an over and back call. So we said they like to force turnovers, folks. We saw it there. Now let's set the rest of the Saints starting lineup. We mentioned Andre Hardy, number 5. Robert Hayes, number 23. A.J. Manalo, number 20. James Pinckney, number 31. And with it, left side for the Saints is someone wearing a number 10 that we did not have a number on. It might be Jason Forcier. We'll try and get that name for you. Missed shot. Here comes Junior. 2-on-1. Sets up Sharp. Samet with a tip. No. Third time. We'll stay at that end. Or at least we should. And we do. So the Cardinals' height advantage obvious here. A couple easy looks. Not easy looks, I should say, but good rebounding and a tip there by Samet. Junior on the quick handoff. No good. Samet tips it. Goes up strong. No good. LeBeau with the tip. Got it.
I am really glad to see him mixing it up this early. He has really proven himself to be a veteran now.
4-0 Cardinals. They're in a 1-2-2 defense. See what the Saints do with it. They try and go low to Pinckney. Knocked away. Plenty of time on the shot clock. And this 1-2-2 has been effective for the Cardinals all year. Saints have not had a real good look. 5 seconds on the shot clock. With 3. With 2. Do they know it? No, they don't.
Well, there's one turnover for the defense.
Well, we mentioned this ability for the Saints to press, but it should be noted Robert Hayes, their point guard, just a sophomore, and he had a ton of turnovers last week, 6 to be exact. So, as we said, they could be susceptible to it, and as a sophomore, maybe some nerves. Samet was pushed to the floor, and they call it. That's 1 on Hardy, and he is their best player.
And he's on a tough man to guard.
Saints in a man-to-man. A good start for the Cardinals. Samet to LeBeau.
And they're going to him. Hey, he is a veteran right now, baby.
That's
4
a play
big
we've
points.
seen them run at each round of the playoffs to get a big hoop for LeBeau. He got one dunk out of it. In low. Rejected. Andre Hardy thrown out of there by Cliff Samet. And the Saints will reset. Junior went for the steal. Hayes no good. Samet fights for the board. It'll be a jump.
St. Augustine ball.
We'll stay at that end, but you have to love the first 2.5 minutes of this game if you're a Cardinal fan, particularly defensively.
The defense is great. They're controlling the boards, controlling the tempo even.
Number 10 for St. Augustine is the coach's son, Christian Haupt. There's a layup put up and in by Pinckney. So we got that figured out. St. Augustine gets its first hoop. It's 6-2 Cardinals. As we approach the 5-minute mark, first quarter. Junior gets it back for three. On line but long. And it was tipped by St. Augustine. Will stay at that end. But the Cardinals coach early here have pretty much gotten any look they've wanted to in terms of running their offensive sets.
They've had some nice set plays to run. We just hope they continue to do that.
That's A.J. Manalo on Swift. Hayes guards Russell. Gets the pick. Nice pick and roll to Sharp. Sets up Samet. Who got it?
Very nice pass. A smart pass.
8-2 Cardinal lead. Hardy into the front court. And they'll get a blocking foul, I believe, or they're going to call a reach on Chris Sharp. No, they got LeBeau. I thought I saw 5-5, but it was 4-5, his first. They throw it away on the inbound. Russell comes into the front court, 3-on-2. Left hand, Salmon with the follow.
Oh, he's smelling blood, baby. What a nice follow.
And the Cardinals have jumped out to a 10-2 lead. Hardy baseline, dribbled it out of bounds. Oh, they get the foul on Samet or Swift. Not sure about that call. We look at the replay, and Samet just lost his balance and fell backwards. And Hardy, sort of in reacting to Cliff losing his balance, dribbled it out. So they missed that one, but the Cardinals' defense, as we said, has been impressive early.
They took Pinckney out, I think.
Pinckney out, Holt in. Baseline shot put up and in by Robert Hayes. Here comes Junior, made basket, fast break, Sharp!
Number 55, Chris Sharp.
12-4 the Cardinal lead. Hardy in the front court. He's doubled, threw it away. We told you they were susceptible to turnovers, folks, and they have proven that to be true here early. That's 3 turnovers at least in under 4 minutes. Cardinals with the ball.
Is accurate.
Cardinals with the ball and a 12-4 lead. LeBeau at the free throw line is mugged. That'll be the second team foul on St. Augustine. And as we said, they have a number of great out-of-bounds plays. We'll see what they come up with here. That foul on Holt, who checked in for Pinckney. Pinckney now in. Hardy out.
Coach just pulled each side out and is talking to them individually to settle down, I think.
Samet missed long. Swift got the board. They reset with Junior. Russell penetrates, hangs. He's fouled, and he'll go to the line.
I don't know what the coach, could the coach pulled Pinckney out, talk to him,
Hardy.
put him in for Hardy
right,
now,
right.
talking to him. So probably just trying to settle his 2 stars down. And right now it looks like they have well, he's coming back in already. So that
Hardy, by all accounts, a good kid, but he did miss 3 games this year, suspended for breaking team rules. So perhaps the pressure could get to him. Who knows? Junior made the first. 1 more coming. 1 out of 2. Cardinals lead 13-4 inside 4 minutes to go first quarter. There's a 3. Missed. Samet skies, can't control. The Saints will reset. 3 was missed by Justin Johnson, who checked in for the Saints. He's a pesky defender as well. There's Pinckney doubled. In the lane, hits Johnson. Can't hit, but he draws the foul. So Justin Johnson, one of those 5'10" Saints. There's a bunch of them who stand that height. And as we said, he is pesky. His game described as similar to Michael Northi's of the Cardinals, just a defensive hound.
they have their small team in now. It should be their quickest team. I want you to see how we react to that kind of pressure now. If we do that, we've taken every set they can throw at us.
They've got 3 5'10s in there, Johnson, Manalo, and Hayes, along with the 6'7", although another program listed him at 6'6", Pinckney. And, of course, the 6'5", Andre Hardy. 1 out of 2 for Johnson. Samet is there. Cardinals with the ball and an 8-point lead. Saints in a man-to-man. They strip it from Samet. That's that defensive pressure. 3-on-1. LeBou hustles back. Tried to block Hardy, and Hardy will go to the line. So Cliff Samet, despite that height advantage, put it up over his head and wanted the foul called on him. But as we said, the Saints are ball hounds, and they proved it there.
Well, that was a good trap. Guy came from behind to steal the ball from Samet.
Hardy to the line. Long with the first. Michael Nortai and Billy Peterson in. Jesse LeBou and Cliff Samet will sit. So it's Sharp, Swift, Peterson, Nortai, and Russell. And we'll see now what they do with Nortai in there in terms of the defensive look they give the Saints. 1 out of 2 for Hardy. Cardinal lead is 7. Hayes picks up Junior full court. Junior goes by him, still has it, hangs, partially rejected. Here come the Saints with numbers. Hardy, middle of the floor, can't hit. Good D, Billy Peterson. Ahead to Junior, 1-on-2, he doesn't care. Double pump, Swift, follow no good. Nortai's there. What a wild sequence there, they'll reset. And not sure what Pete Newell was so vociferous about.
Junior's limping.
Oh, no. Junior Russell sprained his ankle Wednesday in practice. Told the news media that he was fine for today, but when he landed on that double pump play, came up a bit gimpy. And this place is as quiet as it can get. We saw this sort of drama at the Santa Clara game as well when Junior cramped up. So we'll hope he's okay. Kevin Kinney better work his magic once again. Well, Coach, this first 5.5 minutes, what have you seen from both teams? Cardinals with a 7-point lead.
I enjoyed the way the Santa Cruz Cardinals played the first 5 minutes. They played under control, had everything going. Right now in the last minute, the defense has rattled. The Cardinals are rushing their shots. They're not with the poise they had earlier. So this team is capable of upsetting some tempo.
And young Mr. Vaughn there on the floor filming. Of course, Taylor Vaughn on the team, his brother, working on a documentary film of this season. And I just saw one of the media people trying to shoo him out of their huddle. To no avail. There, they threw it away. Steal by Johnson. Swift can't get back. So the Cardinals with Junior on the bench. Swift running the point. Junior limps to the scorer's table. He'll check in at the next whistle. And there's a hand check foul on Justin Johnson. That'll be the 4th on St. Augustine. Junior in, Peterson out. So it's Russell, Swift, Nortai, Sharp, and Samet. Samet and Hardy body bumping on the left side. And it looks like they're going to have Austin continue to run the offense. A.J. Manalo in, Justin Johnson out, and it is Swift still running the point. Austin with the height advantage. Nortai to Sharp, middle of the lane, can't hit. Went after his own, and they'll get a foul, I believe, on Nortai, pushing in the back.
They look just a little rattled here, stuck at 13 in the last minute and a half.
They actually got Sharp on the push. I thought it might be Nortai, but his first foul. Santa Cruz's 5th. We approach 2 minutes to go, first quarter. Cardinals with a 13-8 lead in this state championship game. Pinckney to Hardy. Got it. So Hardy ripped it away from Nortai. Timeout Cardinals. After that 13-4 lead, it's now 13-10. And Pete Newell wants to put an end to things right now.
Very, very smart for him to take a timeout. Things are not going right for him.
Now you may see a young man there, the white t-shirt on, number 33, if you can look through there. That is Eric Van Vliet. And of course, he told us last week in the press conference he would not come back, but nice to see him suit up and at least get a chance to warm up on this Arco Arena floor and feel a little more a part of things. He's been real good in terms of pumping up his teammates from the sideline all year. And
He's
you see
now
Woody
in
Carroll
uniform
doing a
and
great
doing
job
the same thing.
with
Right.
the pictures there and giving you a look at Mr. Van Vliet. Out of the timeout, Swift still running the point, hounded by Manalo. Manalo stands 5'10". Swift goes around him and he's fouled. And they'll get 2 shots, I believe. Johnson has 2 for St. Augustine. Manalo and Hardy with 1 apiece. So we would like to see how deep that St. Augustine bench is, and perhaps with some more fouls we can exploit that. Travis Hausler in, Chris Sharp out. Pete Newell rotating his big men, a pattern we've seen particularly throughout the playoffs. Swift 0 for 2, and they get, no, 1 more upcoming, a lane violation on Manalo. So Austin and the Cardinals getting a break here.
Lane violation.
Things have gotten very quiet here in the last
Yes,
few
they
minutes.
have. The intensity has grown here after the Cardinals exploded out of the blocks. They've been stuck on 13 for a while. Austin finally gets them off that. 14-10 the Cardinal lead. Billy Peterson in. Austin will take a seat. 1:48 to go first quarter. Saints with the ball. Cardinals in a 1-3-1. Junior up top, Nortai on the base. Junior looks somewhat tentative on that ankle. Half stepping around. There's a near steal by Samet. Good job by Cliff to get out there.
Got a nice tag on that ball. They're starting in at 1-2-2 and shifting into 1-3-1 right now, it looks like anyway.
They are doubling down on Pinckney a bit and then rotating, as you said. 10 on the shot clock for the Saints. Pinckney's got it out top, not where they want him. Hayes to Manalo with 5. Manalo hangs, no good. Rebound tip. Here comes Junior. 3 on 4. Sets up Peterson. Spins, doubled. They'll reset with Junior in the corner. Nice pass to Hausler to Samet. He got mugged, and they did call it. I didn't think they would. A late whistle, but it was the right whistle. As the replay shows it, no way that was number 20, A.J. Manalo at 5'10", trying to go up and challenge 6'8" Cliff Samet on a dunk, and he hit Samet about his elbow. Wasn't even close to the ball. So Cliff with 2. 1 minute to go, first quarter. Cardinals with a 5-point lead. First appearance for Ryan Warnock of the Saints, replacing Manalo. Samet with 5 early points. Got the Cardinal crowd going with an early dunk. 2 for 2 for the big guy. Cardinal lead is 6. They fall back in that 1-3-1. It's cleared. Oh, there's a long 3 by Hayes. Well short. Here comes Junior. 3 on 3. It's clear he doesn't have his quickness, and he lost it. Hayes with the steal. Here come the Saints. In the corner, that's Warnock. All alone is Hardy, who blew the layup. Hausler's there to clean it up. Huge break for the Cardinals. Junior stops, pops, can't hit. Hardy cleans it up. 25 seconds to go. Wild sequence there. Saints can hold for 1. But it's clear Junior Russell not 100%, Coach. We saw that open floor situation. He would normally blow by the defense.
They did not have the speed to go through it.
6 seconds to go. Pinckney's got it. With 4, the long 3, no good. Hausler skies for the board. Junior with 1 from 3-quarter court. Offline. Cardinal contingent likes what they see in terms of a scoreboard. It is a 16-10 Cardinal lead. 8 minutes in the books. Break it down for me, Coach. What did you see in terms of what we highlighted at the top? Turnovers would be a key. Santa Cruz, for the most part, I think, has limited their turnovers.
They have, but the thing that I see is, the guy's pretty loud on the microphone right now. I hate to shout over him. However, St. Augustine scores by scrambling. And they tip, they knock, they bump, they jump, and get going as soon as they get the ball. If we can stop that phase of it, we're still in good shape. We got a nice lead. We got 16 points. Nice score for us.
It's interesting in looking at the numbers for both these teams. They both average around 65. They both give up in the low 40s.
Right.
And right now, Santa Cruz has the edge in terms of that. They're on pace for 64. St. Augustine on pace for only 40. So
we won the first quarter.
We'll see if those early trends continue here. Quarter number 2 underway. Cardinal ball out of the timeout. Russell, Nortai, Swift, Hausler, Samet. Samet at the right elbow. Got it. Well executed play out of the timeout. Cardinal lead is 8.
They do that so well. Come with a set play. Someone's going to get the shot. Very nice.
3-quarter court trap. Saints handle it. Hayes drives, hangs, and hits.
Number 23, Robert Hayes.
Fearless sophomore Robert Hayes went in amongst the trees, knocked it on a tough shot. Swift crosses up the defender. Russell for 3. Got it! Well, if Junior doesn't have his quickness, he still has his stroke. And the Cardinals' biggest lead is 9, 21-12. Samet almost stole another one. But a nice job by Austin Swift on that crossover move. Broke somebody's ankle out there. I believe it was the coach's son, Christian Haug. And that left Junior wide open. Cardinal crowd oohing and awing at that Austin Swift move. And the Saints called timeout. So a quick 5 points for the Cardinals out of that quarter break, Coach. And just like that, they're up 9.
It's a nice comeback at the quarter. That's a very, very nice. Coach got him under control again, and that's what we have to do. We've got to watch the turnover. Looking good. Good ball game.
As you see, a lot of the crowd that made the drive north on Interstate 80. And it's great to see the variety of fans here that have come for Santa Cruz High in terms of students, parents, alumni. Just a great mix, and it's really been one of the most special parts about this season is their ability to make a community come together. Out of the timeout, Saints ball. Cardinals in a 1-3-1. Nortai running the base. Pinckney and Samet, or Pinckney doubled by Samet and Nortai. Got it away. Hayes for 3. Offline. Samet tipped it. Pinckney cleaned it up. And again, there's Robert Hayes right in Junior Russell's face. As soon as Junior gets the ball. Junior still got it. And now they'll reset. High post Samet. Junior off a screen. Stops, pops. No good long. Samet battles for the board. Takes it away. Gets fouled. That's what we love to see the big man do is play big, Coach. And he did there. Give me that ball, little man.
He did it. He stayed right with the ball that time. Followed it.
Personal foul standing up at number 22, Ryan Warnock.
First foul on Ryan Warnock for the Saints, but the 7th team foul. So the Cardinals, obviously this is a shooting foul, but in the bonus for the remainder of this half. Chris Sharp in, Travis Hausler out. Hausler had a good run there. 1 out of 2 for Samet. It's an 8-point Cardinal lead at 22-14. Minute and a half gone by, second quarter. Joel Domhoff alongside the coach Bob Bogalski. State championship on the line from Arco. Pinckney in low, rejected by Swift. Will stay at that end.
Well, they're two-timing Pinckney now in a post. It looks good.
Saints under their own hoop. Driving Warnock, rejected by 2. Salmon and Swift got him. Junior with a crossover, got it! Even with a bad ankle, it's tough to guard him in the open court. Here's a steal. 2-on-2. Swift, got it! Timeout, Saints. The Cardinals have opened it up. 26-14, they're bringing the noise.
What a beautiful place for a couple quick steals. Good defensive pressure.
You know, Coach, the energy of this game and the way the Cardinals are playing, it's so contagious. Austin makes the crossover, sets up Junior for 3. Samet's getting dunks. Then Junior gets an open court hoop. Next thing you know, everyone wants the ball, but they all want to share it too. It's just this great chemistry right now that they have, and they're such a close bunch. They've played together since junior high school. This will be the final game of their careers together, and what a way it would be for them to go out with a state championship. Obviously, it's a long ways out, but they have brought it this second quarter.
But it's a dream. It's still a dream, and that's what's nice about high school basketball.
Well, we told you the Saints like to force turnovers, but we're also susceptible to them. And we've seen that here back-to-back on those last 2 possessions led to those Cardinal points.
Right.
So
that's nice when you get a turnover and score, and 2 consecutive like that. Very nice.
Cardinals in the 1-3-1 out of the timeout. Russell, Swift, Samet, Nortai, and Sharp. Saints still not sure, it seems, how to attack this zone. They go to Hayes for 3. Got it.
Robert Hayes for 3.
And it's clear he's not scared to keep throwing it up there. He missed a couple threes earlier, but he continues to shoot. Cardinal lead cut to 9. Swift running the point. Still has it. Stops. Pops. Samet tried to follow. No good. Got it back. Oh, and they're going to say Cliff came from out of bounds, and I don't know about that call. I thought he was reestablished in the court of play.
Apparently he was standing in inbounds. Yeah.
Questionable call there. Saints will take it. They are down 9 with the ball. Hayes quickly into the front court. Right side Manalo. Hardy's picked by Nortai. Will stay at that end.
Well, they're not showing anything else. They're going straight into the 1-3-1.
And early on, the St. Augustine star, Andre Hardy, averaging 20 a game, coming off a 30-point game last week, has just 3 as he draws the foul there. But the Cardinals have done a heck of a job shutting him down.
Number 22, Michael Nortai. His first.
Nortai on the foul for the Cardinals. Jesse LeBou will check in after this first free throw. 5:03 to go first half. Cardinal lead is 9.
Number 45, Jesse LeBou.
LeBou replaces Cliff Samet, who has had an outstanding first half in all facets. Two out of 2 for Hardy. Cardinals lead 26-19. Here's one of those Saints presses. It's a 2-2-1, similar to what the Cardinals sometimes will run. So they should know how to attack it. Nortai into the front court to LeBou. Goes up strong and hit. He's not
That's
scared.
a nice systematic way to break the press.
Cardinals
Very
in a
cool.
1-2-2. Their lead is pushed back up to 9. Nearly threw it away. They recover and hit. That was number 32, Manila Cole. Cardinal lead is 7. Again, the Saints in a 2-2-1. They had Junior in the middle. There they find him. Almost walked, didn't call it. Swift could have shot a 3. He did walk. So the Cardinals were able to break the initial pressure by the Saints, but then sort of an unforced turnover there. So we approach 4 minutes to go first half. Saints with the ball, they trail by 7. High screen for Hayes. They go high post to Holt. Baseline, that's Johnson, and he'll go to the line.
I think Nortai got that one.
Personal foul, Santa Cruz, number 23, Austin.
They get Swift for that one. That's his second. Jesse LeBou also has 2 for the Cardinals, so keep an eye on that. Johnson hits the first. Samet and Peterson in, Nortai and Swift.
Replacing Michael Nortai and Austin Swift.
One out of 2 for Johnson. Samet there for the board. Cardinals with the ball and a 28-22 lead. Junior gets it back, crosses over. Peterson for 3, offline. Rebound tipped out of bounds by the Saints. It'll be Cardinal ball.
Well, the Saints appear to be getting into a much better flow of the game here.
Peterson off the play, no good. Off Samet, it'll be Saint ball. Cardinals got another good look out of an out-of-bounds play. Into the front court quickly. They nearly threw it away. A near walk there. Fancy shot, no good. Put back, and he walked. I believe he did. Holt had the rebound off the fancy shot by A.J. Manalo, but he walked. Cardinals with the ball. Junior gets fouled. He'll have a 1-and-1 upcoming. At the 3.5-minute mark of the first half, Junior Russell will go to the line. Cardinals leading 28-22. After taking that 26-14 lead out of the timeout, St. Augustine has gone on an 8-2 run to get themselves back in it. Nortai in, Peterson out. Cardinals go defense for offense here whenever they can.
The replacement mentally full. Junior Russell shooting 1-and-1.
Junior misses the front end. Sharp tipped it out. Junior runs it down. Huge play, Chris Sharp. Saints with Hayes in Junior space. Pass tipped, will stay at that end.
That was a good call by you. The ref heard you, I think, gave it to you.
Plenty of time on the shot clock. Samet left side, strip. Here come the Saints, 5-on-3. Johnson for 3, short. Manalo there for the board. The Saints will reset at the 3-minute mark of this opening half. Right side, Manalo for 3, got it.
A.J. Manalo for 3.
So St. Augustine shooting themselves right back in it. They trail by 3, and there's another turnover. Manalo with the steal. 3-on-2, good D by Nortai to prevent a break. Johnson nearly walked. Long 2, no good. Samet with the board. He still got it. 3-on-2. Nortai saves to Samet. Wild sequence. Junior drives. He's mugged. He'll go to the line.
Whoa.
Wow. Exhale.
A lot of action, a lot of unusual things happening to the ball.
And the Cardinals need to make their free throws, Coach, today more than ever.
Personal foul on Santa Cruz, number 3, Justin Johnson, his third, 19 foul. Junior Russell shooting
3 fouls on Justin
Point run
Johnson.
for Augustine here.
That's 11-2.
Number 32, mentally Colton for the Saints.
3 fouls on Justin Johnson for the Saints, so
That's big. Hardy sits down as well at the 2:25 mark of this first half, as Junior Russell attempts to give the Cardinals a 5-point lead. In and out, heartbreak, 1 out of 2. Cardinals lead is 29-25. Hayes running the point for the Saints. He's got Russell Wooten, who's got it now, in there for the first time. Hayes for another 3, got it.
Robert Hayes, the 3.
That brings the Saints crowd into it. They trail by 1. It's as close as they have been since early in the first quarter. Saints in a man-to-man. LeBeau right side, no call. There's the blocking call Cardinal fans were looking for. And that should be the 10th team foul, which would put the Cardinals in the double bonus.
Well, the Saints don't seem to shoot the tray from the top of the key. They're really going to the side, and especially the left side, right in front of the Cardinal bench. They've been shooting a lot of shots from there, and it's beginning to fall.
LeBeau makes the first. We need to quickly, we'll do this again in the second half, but got to give thank yous a couple times to all the people making this possible. Geoffrey Dunn, George Au and the Au family businesses, Bob Zufall of RBZ Enterprises, Tom Bresney, John McHenry, Tony Hill of Access Unlimited, Coast Santa Cruz Hotel, Bill Brooks and Brooks Properties, Steve Carnelia of Carnelia's Restaurant, WhoRulesAmerica.net and DreamResearch.net. And there you have it, the fastest reading of sponsors we could ever give. Cardinals lead by 3. Saints with the ball. Shot no good. Samet pulled it away. 4-on-1 if they want. Hausler to Junior. Stops and hit.
Junior Russell from Travis Hausler.
Cardinals with pressure. Saints nearly threw it away, but they recover. 70 seconds to go. Pinckney hangs and he'll go to the line. Cardinal lead is 33-28 in what has been an exciting first half. Back and forth runs for both teams.
Both teams is right.
I believe that foul was on Chris Sharp, his second, as Pinckney's free throw rolls out. LeBeau in, Sharp out.
Russell Wooten returns for the Saints, replacing Emily Cole.
Pinckney's got one more upcoming. He had 15 points, 6 rebounds in their win last week, along with 8 turnovers. He hits that one. Cardinal lead is 4. Nortai doubled, lost it. There's that Saints pressure, Coach.
Yes, it is.
Once you get in that front court, you got to pick it up. They will, it's clear they will pick any dribble.
Well, they have 31 on the court in the purple. He's not listed in the... No,
31?
He's not listed on the board.
Oh, I see.
There he is now.
There he is. They'll catch up. All right, inside a minute to go. Saints with the ball. Hayes gets the high screen. Stops, pops. No good. Hausler's there. Threw it away. LeBeau stole it back. Hayes stole it back. Hayes drives. No call, and he got it.
23, Robert Hayes.
First 2 turnovers in a row again.
That was essentially a 4-point swing, Coach, because
Right.
Travis Hausler threw that away, and Junior was far clear of the field. Had Hausler been able to deliver, Junior would have had an easy breakaway as he's fouled by Hayes. Cardinal crowd, I know, has been looking for that call throughout this half, as the Saints defense has been very aggressive, and you're not allowed to hand check. So with 26
That's more
seconds,
than a hand check. It's a control when it's
right. That's really the only way you can stop Junior Russell.
That's right.
26 seconds to go, first half. Cardinals lead by 2. Junior Russell to the line. Short on the first. Billy Peterson in, Jesse LeBeau out, so LeBeau will sit with his 2 fouls. Russell with an 11-point first half. Looks to make it 12, and does. 34-31, Cardinals lead. Saints can hold for the final shot of the first half.
Cardinal crowd imploring their defense. 12 seconds to go. Santa Cruz in that 1-3-1. Long three is an air ball. Hardy there to clean it up. No good. Tip no good. And it falls away. So 3 good looks for the Saints. None of them fall. And the Cardinals will take a 34-31 lead into the locker room.
It's good to be leaving this floor right now with a 3-point lead with all the swings we had. I'm sure the coaches are going to settle these kids down and see a much better control game for the second half.
Well,
but it's an exciting game.
That was one heck of a first half, Coach. And, of course, as we mentioned at the top, both these teams thrive on third quarter runs. So that's going to make this second half even more exciting, at least from our analysis, because it's a tight game. Both teams, as we said, like that third quarter, make those adjustments.
That's right.
What do you look for Santa Cruz to do in terms of adjustments?
I think Santa Cruz just has to be a little more careful. The trapping, they're not having the poise they should have. And I think there's an awful lot of pushing and slapping on the trap, which might be bothering the Cardinals. Other than that, they're under control, they're playing well. Just keep the ball moving.
If I'm Pete Newell, I tell my players in the locker room, unless your name is Junior Russell, don't put it on the floor, because these guys will steal it. It's better to pass to break against a trap, right?
Right. I think the best way to do it is before the trap comes, get rid of the ball. I'm sure Pete will be talking to him about it.
Well, we can't wait.
And then the transition for the Saints, when they tag the ball, they have 3 guys releasing, especially when they have the 3 little guys, and they're quick.
2 quarters in the books from Arco. Cardinals with a 3-point halftime lead. Back for the second half right after this.
Good job.
It's a giraffe.
I'll see it.
The less art kids get, the more it shows. Are yours getting enough? Art. Ask for more.
Art belongs to Daddy. Dad. So I want to warn you, laddie, though I know you're perfectly swell, that my heart belongs to Daddy, 'cause my daddy, he treats me so well.
Arco Arena, second half about to begin in this Division III state championship game. Joel Domhoff alongside the coach Bob Bogalski. Cardinals with a 34-31 halftime lead. And as you break it down by quarters, Coach Bogalski, a good first quarter defensively for the Cardinals, but too many points for the Saints in that second.
Right, they scored 21 points in the second quarter. I hope that was their third quarter, and we can handle them for the next 2 quarters. But the Cards are very steady at 16 and 18, so those are good steady numbers for them. I'd like to see the Saints go down to a sub double digit.
Saints ball out of the halftime break. It's LeBeau, Sharp, Swift, Samet, and Junior Russell for the Cardinals. Saints have their 3 5'10" players plus Hardy and Pinckney. Pinckney drives, can't hit. Battle for the rebound. Hardy will go to the line.
He went up strong there, fighting for that board. They get Chris Sharp with the foul, and that's his third. So that could be big, Coach Pagalski.
It could be.
Hardy held to just 5 points in that first half. We told you coming in, averaging 20 a game. And as we said also, this is the quarter both teams focus on all season long. So it'll be real interesting to see the score at the end of this quarter. Billy Peterson in, Cliff Samet out. 2 out of 2 for Hardy. It's a 1-point Cardinal lead. Saints in that 2-2-1 press. Swift and LeBeau. And Swift threw it away. Thought Jesse was going to break. And that was almost unforced, really. Not a lot of pressure on the ball. Early turnover here.
Well, the two big guys inside are really playing tough. They get that ball, they just push their way, shove their way towards the basket.
Pinckney walked, and they caught it.
Well, they exchanged turnovers.
We told you Pinckney had 8 turnovers last week, so not a surprise. Samet back in, Peterson out. So whatever message Pete Newell wanted to give Cliff Samet was a brief one. Cardinals will give it to Junior. Saints fall back. They go to a half-court look. Man-to-man. LeBeau being harassed. Samet at the elbow, short. No one there but Purple for the rebound. Hayes to Hardy. Got it.
Number 5, Andre Hardy.
And the Saints, I believe, have taken their first lead of the game. Junior to Sharp. Got it right back. A short-lived lead for the Saints. Junior with some pressure. Cardinals in a 1-2-2. They get it to Pinckney. Swatted by Samet. LeBeau's got it. Here comes Junior. Stops from 3. Long. Hardy there for the board. Here come the Saints. Junior all over Hayes. Keeps him in front, and they get Junior with the hold. A good call as long as they call it both ways.
Personal foul, Santa Cruz. Number 1, Junior Russell. That's his first.
The ref's doing a very good job for the tempo of the game and some of the erratic bounces the ball has been taken.
Saints having trouble getting it in. They finally do. They reset with Hayes left side. Cardinals in a man-to-man. That's Christian Haupt with it, guarded by Swift. Hayes with Russell checking him. They bring Hardy to the top.
They're in a straight man now.
Sharp on Hardy, doing a good job. Hardy gets it back. 7 on the shot clock. Do the Saints know it? Haupt with 5. Lost it in the lane. And a double foul called? Not sure about this one. And I believe that'll be 4 on Sharp.
We have a double foul, ladies and gentlemen. Give a foul to number 55, Chris Sharp of Santa Cruz, his 4th.
As we said, Sharp's 4th.
And also a foul to number 5.
3 quick fouls on the Cardinals.
His second.
Hardy got the foul for the Saints, and when it's a double foul, they go to the possession arrow, which favors the Cardinals. Here comes Junior to Jesse. Stops from 3. Got it!
Nice poise.
A huge shot from Jesse LeBeau. Cardinal lead is 4. 2.5 gone by, third quarter. In low, Pinckney. Hausler, he walked.
Good call. That was a double move.
Well, that was our scouting report on Pinckney. He'll turn it over. That's got to be at least 5. And a couple of them have been traveling. LeBeau. He's feeling it. Had it stripped. No call. Here comes Hayes and the Saints. Junior. Good job on D. And they're going to count it. I didn't see a foul. We'll check the scoreboard replay here. Looked like Junior Russell played good defense. We'll see if they show a replay, but Hayes will go to the line. Second foul on Russell. And now 4 team fouls on the Cardinals in just 2.5 minutes. Hayes short. Saints get the board. And another foul on the Cardinals.
Santa Cruz foul number 23, Austin Swift, his third.
3 on Swift now. And the team foul situation, 5 on the Cardinals, just 1 on the Saints. Santa Cruz needs to buckle down here. They lead 39-37. Pinckney swatted by Samet. Junior breaks ahead. Johnson tries to beat him. Junior missed. And they did, oh no! I can't believe what I just saw. How can that be a foul on Cliff Samet? He came over Junior. And they hit. Oh no, the replay clearly shows that to be a terrible call.
Way over his head.
Oh goodness. And the refs are missing a good game, folks. 16 fouls on Santa Cruz, 1 on St. Augustine. Now granted, the Cardinals haven't played sharply here in this last minute or so, but the men in stripes sure aren't helping.
Right. Well, I tell you, they're trained very well. Anytime the ball comes below the waist for the Cardinals, they've got hands down there, banging, grabbing. They grab the ball or the wrist, and they're getting away with it. So, conversely, I've been watching when the big guys getting low post. They're bringing it down, and we're not challenging. We're staying straight up.
30-second timeout there called by Pete Newell to get his kids to regroup and focus on the game and not on the refs. Cardinals still have the lead here, 39-37.
If we get through these next 5 minutes without getting into too much of a foul trouble.
3 for Johnson in the corner, no good. Junior's there for the board. Saints in a man-to-man. Swift's open for 3. Short. Saints with the board. Pinckney almost threw it away. And they get another foul on Austin Swift. That'll be his 4th. And the Saints are going to the line. Wow. Stunning turn of events here.
Listen, they're in the bonus for a quarter and a half now. That's going to hurt.
Nortie in. Austin will have to sit with 4 fouls. None too happy with the way this third quarter has turned. 17 fouls on the Cardinals in just 3.5 minutes. 1 on the Saints as Hardy hits the first. Hardy gets the friendly roll, and we're tied at 39. The Cardinals have a big mountain to climb here. Saints in a man-to-man. Samet screen and roll with Junior. To Hausler. Jesse for 3. Had it on line, but long. Nortie's there for the board, but he threw it away. Saints with a 2-on-1. Johnson. No good. Hardy. He'll go to the line. And Pete Newell and Austin Swift walking out from underneath the walkway over here on the right. And I'm sure Pete probably taking Austin out there and saying, scream, let it out, and let's come back in here and regroup. We still need you to win this state championship. Hardy misses the first.
Well, the Saints' aggressiveness is really showing here right now, and they're taking it to the hole, and we're fouling.
1 out of 2. Saints with a 1-point lead. So we approach 4 minutes to go, third quarter. From Arco. Russell against Hayes. Nortie to Hausler. Threw it away. Saints with numbers ahead of the field. Hayes. Got it.
Number 23, Robert Hayes from Johnson.
Saints fall back in a man-to-man. They have their biggest lead of the game at 42-39. Russell against Hayes. Gets a double screen. Still has it. He lost it. Saints again with numbers. 3-on-2. Junior stole it back. Called timeout. No, they're going to say he stepped out of bounds.
That was a fine steal by Junior.
Well, we're waiting for one of those Junior Russell signature runs. Of course, this is a much tougher task facing he and the Cardinals, but he showed a little bit of fire there. Chris Sharp returns. Hausler out. Hardy and one.
Number 5, Andre Hardy.
After a 5-point first half, Andre Hardy,
that's 5 for him,
has exploded, and Chris Sharp has fouled out.
That's his 5th personal foul.
19 foul on the Cardinals, 1 on the Saints. So Pete Newell will take his time to substitute for Sharp. He's having some words with this official. He is screaming at him right now. The official's just standing there. They're about 10 feet apart. But Pete Newell using all of this 30 seconds to let the referee know how displeased he is with the way this third quarter has unfolded.
Well, that certainly has taken over this game. They've called probably 7, 8 consecutive fouls. It's taken away from the hard work the kids have put through the whole year.
So Hardy with a chance to complete this 3-point play. He does. He's got 10 in the quarter. St. Augustine leads by 6. 3.5 to go, third quarter. Saints in a man-to-man. The overplay there. We'll stay at that end.
9-2.
Oh, they got a foul there. I'm sorry. I thought they were just saying out of bounds, but they do get Johnson for the reach, his 4th. They'll have a ways to go to even this out, but that's a start. Junior's got it. That's Peterson right side. Sam at top of the key. He's mugged, and they finally get it.
Right there, right.
Thank you.
So they've been getting away with murder, but it's all right. We got to come back.
St. Augustine foul number 5.
Andre Hardy's 3rd personal, team's 3rd. So Cardinals trying to do what they can to inch their way back in after leading most of the game. They trail by 6.
Pushing them right now.
Samet's 3 is short. Nothing but purple there for the board. That's Haupt, and they reset with Hayes. Cardinals in the 1-3-1. Cardinal crowd trying to get their team going. They've lost a bit of energy, and it's been taken from them. Saints content to work the clock. Inside 8 seconds to go on the shot clock. Down low, it's Pinckney. No, that's... What are you calling? Oh, my goodness. They bail out Holt, who threw up a wild double pump shot, and this is as bad as it gets, folks. Cardinal crowd, as Junior tries to tell the ref what's going on here. And they just showed the replay, and that was as bad as each call gets worse than the last one. Embarrassment. This is embarrassing. If I'm the CIF, I question my referee evaluating program, and I make some major changes, because this is not how a state championship game should be decided. 10 team fouls on the Cardinals. Saints will have double bonus for the rest of this game. That one no good. Samet there for the board. Saints lead is 7. 2.5 to go, third quarter. Russell gets the high screen, drives, double pump, no good. Saints with the board.
Oh, come on.
That's an elbow, no call. Cardinal crowd cannot believe what they're seeing. This the layup is missed. Samet rips it away, jump ball.
Jump ball possession to St. Augustine.
And they show the replay here on the screen. Samet doing a good job fighting for that board. Possession arrow to the Saints. With it, that's Holt. Cross court to Manalo. They'll reset with Hayes. 2 minutes to go, third quarter. Saints lead 46-39. Hayes drives. No good. LeBou. 2-on-1. Here comes Junior. 3-on-2 now. He drives and one. That's the type of energy play the Cardinals needed for themselves, for the crowd. The Cardinals' best player can make it a 4-point game.
That's what they needed, was a little spurt here and get their minds off the referees. Also gives the chance for referees to get off of their back.
Junior can't finish. Cardinals trail 46-41. Russell with 14. A team high. Cardinals in the 1-3-1. There's a pass stolen by Peterson to Nortai, to Junior, to Samet. Lost it out of bounds. Perhaps that was delivered a step too soon to Cliff Samet, but encouraging to see the Cardinals playing with a bit more energy in this last minute.
Nice to see Peterson rip the ball away from him.
Russell, Samet, Peterson, LeBou, and Nortai for the Cardinals. They go in low to Holt. Samet, they got it. Cliff did a good job there to distract the shot. Holt got the roll. Saints lead is 7. Inside a minute to go. Samet looking to go 1-on-1. Stripped by Hayes. Nortai hustles back. 2-on-2. Peterson. And they'll go to the line. So as we said the Cardinals couldn't put it on the floor, Coach. And Samet did it there, and the Saints, again, were just all over it.
Right.
To get that turnover.
Robert Hayes shoots 2.
But I can't believe they're getting all ball every time they tap it.
Number 44, Travis Hausler.
Hausler in, Samet out. Hayes, a sophomore, looking for his game-high 18th point. No good. Peterson tipped it. Junior's got it. 1-on-2. He doesn't care. Hangs. Can't hit. Nortai ripped it away. Jump ball. Cardinal possession. Great hustle play, Michael Nortai.
Great hustle play. Well, they have taken control of this ball game, the Saints, and
LeBou's long 2, and they get a foul away from the ball. I believe it'll be on the Saints for holding Nortai.
Personal foul, St. Augustine, number 22, Ryan Lorna, his second.
Cardinals will have it under their own basket. 39 seconds to go in the third quarter. So about a 4-second difference. Samet in, Peterson out. See what Santa Cruz can get out of this timeout. They get it to Hausler in the post. Travis hangs, leaves it for Junior. Nice crossover to get to the hoop. Can't hit the reverse flip. Saints with numbers. No one back for the Cardinals. They blow the layup. That should have been a technical, and it is.
Clark's the best call of this quarter.
Manelik Holt for the Saints hung on the rim. Cardinals will have the ball plus free throws.
Technical foul has been called. Number 32, Manelik Holt.
The Saints lead 49-41, 24 seconds to go. Jesse LeBou will shoot for the Cardinals. And after he shoots, Santa Cruz will have possession. Jesse knocks it down. One more upcoming. This would be huge, Coach, after all that's gone wrong in this third quarter. If they can get another free throw from Jesse, and they do, and then a hoop.
Got a score now. Bring it back to reality. I tell you, you got to be proud of these kids. They're holding their poise out there. They have just run against some terrible bad luck.
24 seconds to go. Junior Russell with the ball. Cardinals trail 49-43. Nortie's doubled. Still has it. Splits the defenders nicely. Jesse could have shot a three, but they're trying to play for one. Now Jesse for three. Had it on line, but long. 6 seconds to go. Junior went for the steal. Samet got it with two. Junior with one. Hangs. Got it!
For a big three.
And Junior Russell has erased all the bad memories, or at least most of them, from that third quarter with that play. Cardinals trail by 3. What a way to close an ugly third quarter. 5 straight points. They trail 49-46. We've seen Junior Russell put these kinds of runs on before, Coach Bogalski.
Right.
And now he's doing it on the biggest stage.
That's, he's making a believer out of me. This kid's got an awful lot of heart.
And a great job by Samet to steal that and give it to Junior. Cliff, recognizing he had about 3 seconds to go, did not throw up the wild shot. Let Junior get that shot off.
Well,
and that brought this crowd back into it as well.
Well, referees are getting together at half court here.
Hopefully they're sharing some no-dos because they slept through that third quarter.
Good one.
St. Paul to begin the fourth quarter. 8 minutes from a state championship. Cardinals have won 32 in a row. Saints are 31-0 on the season. Cardinals in that 1-3-1. LeBeau with the steal. Knocked away nicely by Travis Hausler. Junior will run the point. LeBeau right side. Swift back in out of the break. He's tripped, and they call a travel. Austin Swift cannot catch a break from these referees. Samet will check in for the Cardinals. Hausler will check out. And as you said, Coach, despite all that, the Cardinals' body language, for the most part, has been positive. Their heads are up. They're not crying to the refs. They're trying to play through that bad stretch.
Absolutely.
And that could bode well for this final 7:39. Hayes sprints into the front court, met by Junior. Gets a high screen. Swift stole it. Ahead to Junior. Someone's wiping the court. Junior made it anyway.
From Austin Swift.
Junior stole the ball. Junior to Nortie. And he's fouled by Hardy. That'll be 4 on Andre Hardy. Junior Russell has done it again.
What a spark plug. Wow.
Number 5, Andre Hardy. His fourth. 17 fouls.
One of our best players, Austin Swift, has 4. It's only fair that Andre Hardy should pick up his 4th. Jesse LeBeau will go to the line as the Cardinals are now in the bonus. And actually, that coach, if you notice that replay, Nortie was the one that was fouled, but Jesse snuck his way to the line. Unfortunately, he couldn't hit it. Cardinals trail by 1, 7 minutes to go. This predominant Cardinal crowd is back into it. Pinckney walk, no call. Yes, they did call it. Perhaps that third quarter, they got all the bad breaks. At the beginning of this fourth, they're getting some good breaks. We'll hope that trend continues.
We hope it does.
49-48, St.
I'll tell you, it was scary with Junior Russell coming down in that break with the kid out on the court.
Oh, yeah, toweling off the sweat, that was.
Unaware of what was happening down court.
And Junior, credit to him for not allowing that to influence the shot. Cardinals with the ball trailing 49-48. Junior blows by Hayes into the lane. No good. Nortai's there. Steps in. Got it!
Baby.
And the Cardinals have regained the lead despite all that has gone against them. 6.5 to go. Hardy's got it, top of the key. Right side, that's Hayes for a long two, no good. Samet grabs the board, they look to run. Junior, 2-on-3, he doesn't care. Sets up Jesse, he's bugged, no call, they did get it. Goodness.
He called it foul.
They're getting it. There's a couple late ones. They're getting them, but they are late.
They have to watch that. They've been getting away with those most of the game. Remember, I commented almost in the first half about that.
Another fourth foul called, that time on number 20, A.J. Manalo. He, Justin Johnson, and Andre Hardy all have fours. Jesse, uncharacteristically, has missed 2 free throws in a row. 6 minutes to go for Marco. Pinckney threw it away. Jesse with the steal. Ahead to Junior. Russell got it! Saints look to run. Cardinals good transition D. He walked and they got it.
They're playing basketball like they know how to play it now, baby. They look good.
Jesse LeBou atoning for 2 missed free throws with a steal and an assist. Junior Russell with the great finish. Timeout, Saints. Cardinals lead by 3.
What a run they made, all led by Junior. Boy, that was great comeback.
These beautiful shots and sounds being brought to you by Woody Carroll and Ron Losey. We want to thank them for making this all possible, along with producer Paula Mahoney, Stephen Busick, the executive producer. And we also need to thank others who made this possible. The great Geoffrey Dunn, George Al and Al Family Businesses, Bob Zufall of RBZ Enterprises, Willie Case, Tom Bresney, John and Tom McHenry, Tony Hill of Access Unlimited, the Coast Santa Cruz Hotel, Bill Brooks and Brooks Properties, Steve Carnelia of Carnelia's Restaurant, WhoRulesAmerica.net, and DreamResearch.net. Out of the timeout, Cardinals with the ball and a 3-point lead. Junior gets away from Hayes. Saints in a man-to-man. Swift high post from 18. Got it! Sweet redemption for Austin Swift, who had to sit much of the third after picking up some terrible fouls. He's got 4. Long 3, way off. Swift there for the board. Cardinals with the ball and a 5-point lead.
They'll play their game.
Junior walks it up against Hayes. Gets the high screen from Swift. Sets up LeBou's long 2. Got it!
Wow, I don't believe this comeback. What a tribute to these young kids.
56-49, Cardinal lead is 7 inside 5 minutes to a title. Cardinals in a 1-3-1. That's Manalo. Cross court to Hayes. Drives, hangs, and hits.
Number 23, Robert Hayes.
And surprisingly, the Saints back off their pressure. Cardinals are very happy to see that with 4.5 to go. Junior against Hayes, right side Nortai. Junior's bounce pass is stolen. Here come the Saints, 3-on-3, and they throw it away. And they're yelling at each other. That's one thing we did not see the Cardinals do all year. When something goes wrong, they say, we'll make the next play. The Saints seem to be getting mad at each other here.
Well, I hope Junior's got enough energy. I see some of the white shirts getting pretty tired. This has been a fast, hectic pace.
Jesse LeBeau has not been tired. Austin's got plenty of rest after those fouls. Nortie's a football player. He doesn't know the meaning of quit. None of these young men do.
Oh,
Swift
they
on
don't
the
know how to-
ISO, spins, hangs, and they call a walk.
Who called the walk?
Zafara, 56-51, Cardinals lead, 3:45 to go
down.
from Arco.
We keep this spread.
LeBeau shows himself, long three, off. LeBeau battles for the board, as does Nortie. Hardy's got it, and they threw it away. Another turnover on the Saints. Cardinals
Looks
with
like
the
they
ball.
got pressure coming out. They're falling back.
And whomever
Half-court
predicted,
pressure. They're going to look for a trap here.
and I wonder if we'd like to get another prediction from the young man from St. Augustine who said that the Saints would cruise here today. Junior's mugged, and they call it.
Beautiful.
18 foul on the Saints. Junior Russell will have a 1-and-1. That's the third on Robert Hayes.
They got 3, 4, 4, and 4. They're going to start fouling out here now.
Well, Sharp's on the bench with 5, so as we said
Right.
before, it's only fitting.
No, I mean for the blue, purple.
Yeah.
For the Saints.
Junior hits a big free throw. And you look away, Coach Bagalski, and you look back up at that scoreboard. Suddenly, Junior Russell has 23 points.
Their biggest 23 points of his life. And he's going to end up with a few more.
He attempts to give the Cardinals a 7-point lead, and he does. 58-51, 3:18 to a title.
Good defense. There's another run to keep.
Saints not with a lot of urgency with this offensive set, down 7. They're taking their time. Pinckney, double team, drive. Samet swatted it out of there again. 15 on the shot clock, long three, no good. LeBeau was boxed out. Nortie with the steal, and he's fouled. Michael Nortie, take a foul.
They're calling them now. I told you, they're swatting, they're hitting, they're grabbing. It's about time the referee saw that.
We've said it all year that Michael Nortie, not the first, second, third, or even fourth option offensively, but what he brings to this team, defensively, toughness, you cannot gauge it in terms of numbers. He hit the big shot to put him up 1 earlier in this quarter. He's had a couple huge steals, and now he goes to the line. Short on the first. 2:52 to go. Cardinals lead 58-51. 1 out of 2 for Nortie. Cardinal lead is 8. Santa Cruz in that 1-3-1, but it is a very active 1-3-1. They threw it away. Salmon with the steal. 2-on-1 with Junior. He'll go all the way.
Beautiful. Oh, brother.
Cardinal lead is 10. 2.5 to go. Swift forces the turnover.
What a gutty comeback for this Cardinal team.
We said Austin Swift would play a role in this game after he went to the bench with 4, and he has. Nortie's got it. Cardinals in no rush now with 2:15 to go to a title. They'll reset. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Saints seem confused. Do we foul? Do we chase? Salmon! Oh! He was maybe clipped, but he shouldn't have missed that. 10-point lead. Junior reached. And Hayes will go to the line.
That would have been a good tomahawk, but the legs are gone, baby. Because you should have gone for a nice, easy 2-pointer.
Hardy came in after the fact, but I don't think he fouled Cliff. And as you said, the fatigue factor probably affecting Cliff Samet there, and now it's Robert Hayes at the line. The Saints trailing 61-51. Short on the first, and it's 2 shots.
Bonus, right.
He'll have 1 more, but he did not look confident on that stroke.
We're going to see a full court pressure now, all the way. they're going to foul right away.
That one's in. Santa Cruz leads 61-52. 2 minutes to go.
Yep.
They back off Junior. Not sure why. Now they double him.
Oh, come on.
Swift was fouled. No call. Junior's got it. Swift to LeBou. Could have hit a big three, but elected wisely not to attempt. Swift drives. Got it.
Beautiful.
Austin Swift.
Cardinals lead by 11. 1:40 to go. That's Manalo. Threw it away. Nortide knocks it out of bounds. Timeout, Saints.
This team's going to get a roar here.
And here's the Cardinal crowd.
You know, this goes back a few years. I've watched an awful lot of basketball games, but there was a game where Aptos played Palma and came from like 11 down in 20-some seconds to win. This has got to be the guttiest comeback I think I've seen in years. The guttiest, probably the best comeback in the history of high school ball from our area.
Especially when you look at how it happened, Coach. The Saints' pressure was starting to get to the Cardinals, but so was the referees. Chris Sharp, one of their best post players, to the bench with 5 fouls. Austin Swift, one of their leading scorers, had to sit most of the third with 4 fouls. And despite all that, as you said, they were able to keep their heads up, body language there, and here we are, 1 minute and 34 seconds from a state championship.
That's right. Now we could make this down, you know, unless they start, the Saints start fouling. We can only see about a 3 or 4 point, 3 or 4 possession game for the Saints. I'm so excited I can't even talk. Take over, man.
Both teams in the double bonus for this final 94 seconds. Saints ball on the side. Samet hounds the high post. They go down low to Hardy. Hangs. Got it. Fortunate the Cardinals didn't get a foul call there. Nortise fouled quickly. So it will come down to free throws. Nortye hit 1 out of 2 his last trip. Cardinals lead 63-54, 1:22 to go.
Michael Nortye at the line for Santa Cruz. 2 shots.
Nortye, as we said, just 3 points today, but they have been huge. And he ices that one calmly. We've talked all year what a great football season this young man had, bringing that mentality to this basketball team, along with Billy Peterson and Michael Nortye. 2 for 2. Cardinal lead 11. 1:15 to go. Hayes sets up Johnson. Could have shot a 3. Hardy got it. And a timeout quickly called by the Saints at the 1:10 mark. And that's their final timeout, Coach Bogolski. So from here on out,
I heard
the Saints will have to do it on their own.
For next minute and 10 seconds, baby. 70 seconds of glory right now.
As we sit here high atop Arco Arena, Joel Domhoff, the coach, Bob Bogolski, wearing our Cardinal red. And the Cardinals in red and white have really brought it here, Coach Bogolski, particularly in this second half, but really the entire game. They have played very good basketball, state championship worthy basketball.
You bet, especially from the hole they were dug into by the officials. And then to come out of that hole the way they have, a tribute to that the whole program. Man, this summarizes a career for them. I'm so proud of these kids. I want them to hold this lead now.
Out of the timeout, it'll be Cardinal ball. Saints picking up full court in a man-to-man. Austin Swift will inbound. As we said, both teams in the double bonus, so every foul will result in 2 free throws. They get it into Jesse, and they hold Junior.
They hold Junior. That was a good call. That was a good call by the referee.
And we'll see who they get it on. 31, Pinckney, his 3rd. I thought if it was Hardy, that would be his 5th,
well,
but
see, there's no time went off the clock. We can score. That really helps. That puts another possession on our side.
Junior Russell, we've seen him all year, and what a treat it has been. What has impressed me most about this young man is his will to win. He refuses to let this team lose, and when they were staring at the big second half deficit, Junior put him on his back. He got those hoops and steals. He's now got 26 points in the game, and we said it during our last broadcast, someone needs to give this young man a scholarship because he is just too much fun to watch.
Beautiful.
2 out of 2. He has 27. Cardinals lead by 11 as we approach 1 minute to go. Long three, short. Samet's there for the board.
My God.
Gives to Nortai, who's fouled. So as long as the Cardinals can hit their free throws, folks, we're looking at history. The first team ever from Santa Cruz County to win a state basketball championship. Cardinal crowd on their feet. They have traveled the most fans at every stop on this playoff journey. And I know that's been encouraging for these kids to have that support as well.
There's going to be a bunch of cheers, both in the locker room and in the stands when the final buzzer comes here today.
And we will be all over it, of course, in the post-game, the press conference.
Go, get in there.
We will have for you. We'll also likely get some one-on-one interviews because we can't get enough of this stuff. We don't want it to end either. Nortai 0 for 2, but that's okay. 58 seconds to go. Cardinals still lead by 11. Long three by Manalo. Online but short. Hardy, triple team. Samet swatted it out of there. For at least the 5th time, Cliff Samet with that big arm swing.
Right on the press table.
And Nortai selling out there to try and keep it alive. 46 seconds to go. Long three by Hayes, in and out. Remember, no timeouts for the Saints. They give it to Junior. And the Saints aren't fouling, folks. 36 seconds to go. Cardinals lead by 11. And Junior Russell pumps his fist. They're on their feet in Arco. 20 seconds to go.
The game should end with the ball in his hand.
They do have to shoot with the shot clock. Swift does. Samet tipped it, and now they can reset. Nortai to Junior with 10, with 8. Junior Russell and the Cardinals are Division III state champions.
And the final score, Santa Cruz 67, St. Augustine 56.
Holy cow. Did you see the big man dive on that pile?
And 1 their record. They close with 33 straight victories, taking down the undefeated St. Augustine Saints to win this title, Coach Bogalski. We thought it was possible. We believed in what we saw from these young men all year. We had some scouting report on the Saints, knew they liked to press, but knew that we had young Mr. Russell to help break that.
That's right.
And all their dreams have now been realized as they go to their end of the court where that student body has come out in full force to support their team.
Boy, this is their time. This is their shining moment, baby. Bask in it.
As we said, a Cardinal-dominated crowd, and they're celebrating now at Arco. While we look at these celebratory pictures, once again, let's thank Woody Carroll, Ron Losi, Paula Mahoney, Stephen Busick, and all of these following people who helped make this possible. Geoffrey Dunn, George Al and the Al family businesses, Bob Zufall of RBC Enterprises, Willie Case, Tom Bresney, John and Tom McHenry, Tony Hill of Access Unlimited, Coast Santa Cruz Hotel, Bill Brooks and Brooks Properties, Steve Carnelia of Carnelia's Restaurant, WhoRulesAmerica.net, DreamResearch.net. Thank you one and all for making this possible. And they're just about set to give the sportsmanship awards here, so we'll see who gets it for the Cardinals.
Number 31, James Pinckney.
Pinckney for the Saints. Last week it was Chris Sharp for Santa Cruz. And this crowd will roar at whomever is called here.
Junior Russell.
Hands down. 27 points for that young man.
They're going to name the school after him. It's no longer Santa Cruz High. It's Junior Russell High.
When I see Junior Russell, Coach Bogalski, I think of the old Michael Jordan line where the coaches used to give Michael Jordan a bad time and they'd say, you know, no. They'd say, hey, you know, there's no I in team. And Michael would say, yeah, but there is in win. Right. And that's what I think of when I think of Junior Russell.
I was thinking of a different saying. No I in win.
As the Saint runner-up plaques are being given, but the Cardinal crowd continues their celebration. As we said, we'll have it all for you here on Cruise 4. The awards presentation, the post-game news conference. We'll probably talk to all of these young men as well, individually or in pairs. Because like we said, we just cannot get enough of this team. And I know I speak for at least 3,000 people probably here who feel the same way, having followed this team the entire season. And again, I mentioned the variety of this crowd that supports Santa Cruz. The students, the parents, teachers, alumni, old coaches, Phil Dodge, Angelo Ross, Phil Netto, and then on down the line in terms of alumni, John Wilson, Craig Strong, Tony Lopez, Steve Glass, Jack Sylvan, Silviano Gaona, Charles Howard. I could go on and on.
Here. And how about the coaching staff that brought these kids along for the last 4 years?
That's right. Christy Netto, Charles Burks.
Right. And Phil Netto helps out with Christy.
First place award.
And here come the Cardinals, folks. We'll let you listen and enjoy.
Julius Freeman. Sean Lynch. Gary Smith. Kevin Kolopowski. Jake Pino. Michael Nordi.
Whoa.
He deserves every clap he gets, as does Peterson, all of them, particularly those guys. There's Big Eric in uniform.
Taylor Vaughn. Travis Hausler.
Travis Hausler, coach, big game today.
Big game.
Subbing for Chris Sharp.
Big minutes.
Steve Hill. Jared Carlson. Will Wetmore. Chris Sharp.
Oh, there's at the last quarter.
Yeah. Austin Swift, we said he'd still be big despite the 4 fouls, and he was.
For Cliff Salmon.
9 points, 13 boards for Cliff.
You know,
we'll see if Woody Carroll goes tight on these guys to get some of these reactions. There's Jesse LeBeau.
15 points.
And his team high and game high 27 points for Junior Russell.
Fantastic. You have a better view there. I don't see Pete around.
I don't either. We didn't see him last week.
The head coach of the Cardinals, Pete Newell Jr. Along with the ceremonial game ball, a small...
Only appropriate that he sends his team out. I mean, his team has just... There it is, folks. It's indescribable. The definition of a team, the 2005 Santa Cruz High Cardinals.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. The crowd is now thanking him. Really nice.
I know I see Ron Losey in the mix there. I'm sure he'll have some beautiful shots for us. I know Woody Carroll will be working hard editing this bad boy. And Woody, do Santa Cruz proud, baby. This is one for the history books.
This is one that's going to be put in the archives.
They're going to be ringing the phones off the hook wanting copies of this, baby. This will get passed down to children, grandchildren. What a scene here at Arco Arena.
Beautiful. Hey, while we have a time listening to this big game commence, special thanks to you. It's been a fun run. It's been especially fun to follow Pete this last year and to follow these young kids. It does my heart proud to see what they've mastered today.
Well, I share those sentiments with you. We've had a lot of fun on this joyride. As the crowd shouts for Pete, we want Pete. But for now, I don't know. I think we need to hustle down for the press conference because St. Augustine is already in the middle of their press conference, and we need to set up shop.
Down there. We'll be down there. Even old Kim Pagelski will make it down there for this.
The crowd's still waiting for Pete. Everyone looking towards the tunnel, not sure we're going to see him.
Coach Pete Newell Jr., we need you on the court for the team picture.
He's being called by the PA announcer saying he has to come out for the team picture. So whether he wants to or not, we'll see Pete Newell. And we start to see some claps, and here he comes.
Here he comes.
And I'll tell you what, Coach, the time of day right now is 5:10. They need to clear this place and set up for a 6 o'clock girls Division I final. Right. I'm not sure they're going to be able to do it.
Well, we'll have a nice quiet press conference at least. And it'll all be waiting outdoors for them.
So there you see the team picture. And as I said, Ron Losey down there.
This is, the climax of something really, really big. And the school administration and teachers should be very, very happy.
We're going to take a short time out. We need to hustle down underneath Arco Arena for the press conference. For now, once again, the Cardinals 67-56 winners. They are the Division III state champs. Back for the press conference and all sorts of fun right after this.
Introducing the all-new Enclave. It's a minivan to the max, with features like remote control sliding rear doors, 150 cable channels, a full sky view roof, temperature-controlled cup holders, and the 6-point navigation system. It's the minivan for families on the go.
All right, congratulations to Santa Cruz in their first state championship. Coach, if you would, your thoughts on the season and today's game.
Well, I think we're all very confident that we would win today. We actually had our best practice of the year yesterday in preparation, and it's truly a team victory. Obviously, they're the ones that did it. For Junior Russell to get 27 points in the championship game, playing on the knee that was very painful for him, was tremendous. And also, in addition to the team, the community of Santa Cruz really got behind our team the last 3 to 4 weeks, and I think our team appreciates their support, and definitely I think we fed off their energy.
Questions?
Can you talk about the third quarter and the fouls and how you guys were able to overcome it and have a fourth quarter run instead of your normal third quarter run?
Well, I think that I don't think the game was being called the same way at both ends of the court. And we were getting frustrated. They were taking advantage of it. And it was a credit to Junior, Michael in particular, just to keep our, Jesse, is that yours? No. To keep the composure. And this is primarily a senior team. And so they've had the experience. Only once this year, besides the Santa Margarita game, did we trail late in the game. That was the San Luis Valley in the fourth quarter. And we found ourselves behind more than I think we have all year. And yet I think we outscored them 26-7 in the last 10 minutes. And our defense and rebounding had a lot to do with that.
Coach, this is,
Hold
I
on
know.
one second.
Sorry, Dave. Hey, Junior, can you tell us, one, what this means to you, and two, how you're going to celebrate?
First of all, we just want to go celebrate, have a party, you know what I'm saying? we do that every week, so we're going to have a party. And this means everything to us because since 8th grade, I wanted to win a state champion after when I was watching coaching and stuff like that. And we got it done tonight, and I'm so proud of my boys. So.
Coach, why do you think they didn't full court press you guys like maybe you might have expected them to do?
Number one, you know, I mean, if any team wants to press this full court, you get Junior with the ball in the open court, and he'll either finish or find somebody that will. One of the early times they did extend, I think it was in the third quarter, he drove up and he kicked the ball at Jesse, and Jesse had a wide open shot and made a three, and I think that deflated them a little a little bit as well. Jesse had 15 points in a state championship game, and that's pretty cool.
Coach, this is your, I've heard this is your last season. Quite a way to go out, right?
Yes. Couldn't, as great an achievement was to win the state, to win it with this group of young men makes it even more special.
Austin, can you talk about going out with your fourth foul and sitting on the bench and what you wanted to do when you got back in?
Yeah, I was kind of mad. Like on my fourth foul, I felt like we were being, I don't know, like cheated a little bit on the fouls. I think it was like 9-1 when I got out. Coach pulled me aside, talked to me for a little bit. I was still a little bit heated from the call, but he talked to me, told me to calm down, come back in the game fourth quarter, and just do what I can to help win a state championship.
By the way, this is Mitch Stevens. He's the writer for the San Francisco Chronicle. And if you get yesterday's Chronicle, you'll see that he picked St. Augustine's, but that's okay. No, he's a good guy. He's a good guy. But I couldn't resist. His heart's in the right place. He did wear a red shirt. So we like that.
I did that for you guys just to motivate you.
Coach, I want you to go through your train of thought on two moments. One, when Junior started limping around, and two, when the dog pile ensued, and you were just kind of, seemed like you were enjoying the moment.
You have to understand that Junior played almost the whole season last year without an ACL, and was in unbelievable pain throughout the season when he did compete. So there was no way, other than amputation, was Junior going to come out of the game. And we just, as I said, fed off his energy. And then watching those guys jump on each other was way cool, although who was at the bottom of that pile? I know you went there one on the court, and that was fine. Did you get scuffed up a little bit?
Yeah, I dove, and then 2 seconds later, I see Billy's probably the biggest kid on our team. You know, pretend like he's playing football. And then after that, it was just a blur.
We talked before the game about how we would respond if we won, and also how we would respond if we lost. we're very cognizant of the fact that if we did win, it was St. Augustine's first loss, and that, I mean, that's a tough pill to swallow. And, you know, we're going to do our celebration mid-court, and we're going to get in the line and shake their hands. And, you know, I think that they really brought out the best of us, best in us.
Coach, I don't know if you could kind of reflect on the early years you had at Santa Cruz, going through a 1-23 season, a lot of years before you guys really won some games. What was the journey like for you? Because you went through some highs and some lows on
Well, two things stand out. One is that we obviously have much better talent now than in the 70s. The 70s kids tried just as hard. It's just that they didn't have the talent to finish it. And secondly, I didn't know Manabi in the 70s, and Manabi's presence really helped us out as an assistant.
He didn't know me, but I knew of him because I was in high school at the time, and I was a 10th grader when he first got the job at Santa Cruz. And so I used to come to games and think, wow.
Eric played at Watsonville High School.
Junior, talk about the three before the end of the third quarter.
I don't really know. I don't know. I wasn't really thinking. I just shot the ball and went in. I don't know.
You just trying to beat the clock?
Yeah.
That came off of a great play by Cliff, who made a steal and had the presence of mind to find Junior, and Junior didn't rush the shot, and it worked out. And it was a huge momentum lift for us to go in the fourth quarter off a Junior shot.
Hey, Cliff, how, I guess two things. How are you able to kind of deal with, it looked like today you were kind of the whipping boy a little bit from the coach, and I know probably probably a lot of the guys have kind of been through the same thing, you know, in games and stuff. How do you keep, I mean, is that something where you get angry, or does it make you focus, or does it make you a better player?
Yeah, it's been 3 years of a good, yelling spree, but, I've learned a lot, and, when he's yelling at me, I know he's doing it for the best, and I appreciate that. If he wasn't yelling at me, I'd start to get worried, maybe he didn't care anymore, or something like that, so. Yeah, and then also, I think I handle it better than others, so it's probably better that I hear it than some of the other guys.
Describe your relationship with Junior over the years, what he's meant to this, specifically to this team.
Well, I've known Junior since probably he was in the third and fourth grade. He was raised by his uncle, who's our JV coach, Charles Burks. And so we were no mystery to each other by the time he got to high school. And this is sort of symbolic, these keys, but basically I told the team early in the season that the keys are in Junior's hands, and he's going to drive us as far as he wants to go. And I have a lot of confidence in his ability. I know he has a burning desire to compete to the highest level, and he has so much pure respect amongst his teammates, amongst those he competes against, and definitely in our student body. That and he's been Junior was doing this back in the 7th and 8th grade, so it's just not like he got to high school and earlier.
Oh my God! He had a double team. He had a double team.
About 30, I'll give it a start. 1 point against 49 and 1 49.
You guys had you got the technical foul that kind of swung the game a little bit. You took advantage of that. You guys were down by 8. It could have been a 10-point deficit. And all of a sudden, that's when you guys started your run. What was the key to that kind of momentum switch for?
Well, at the time, you never know.
Right.
And I have no idea what it did to their team. And I don't even think it did that much to ours. Jesse, did you make both those technical foul shots?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, so Jesse makes 2, and then that just helps steady us, and we went on from there. But again, from Jesse's 2 foul shots, but basically Cliff's defense and Junior's basket at the end of the quarter probably had a lot more to do with our entering the fourth quarter with real huge momentum.
Talk about the size advantage, Coach. You guys have a decided size advantage, and it worked the first half.
Right. And we're real long. When we get our hands up, passing angles that are there all of a sudden are definitely diminished. And to play that kind of defense, I think there's 2 keys. One is to have a player like Michael Nortide that's willing to go from corner to corner in every possession and be there when the other guy catches it. Not get there late, but be there. And then the second is weak side rebounding. And we had a number of people that got defensive boards: Cliff Samet, Jesse LeBou, Austin Swift, and even Travis Hauser when he came in for a stretch in the second half. So that's very key in that defense as well. And plus, by playing that, if they do miss, now it's easier for us to get into our running lanes. All we get the rebound, get the ball in Junior's hands, sprint up the court. He's either going to finish, as I said earlier, or find somebody who will finish.
And Michael, can you talk about being on the court the entire fourth quarter, and also how you were able to accept your role this year?
Well, I've never really been like an offensive player in basketball, you know, like or any sport that I play. My main focus is to do whatever I can on defense. I pride myself on that. And being on the court in the fourth quarter with these guys, I mean, I was just basically trying to do whatever I can defensively to, you know, get back in the game and win the game, you know. Because I knew if we did our job on defense and the ball was in Junior's hands, anything could happen. So it was just basically just go all out on defense and get the ball to Junior.
Austin, how important was it to win this last game for your coach? What was the significance of this being his last game, if there was any at all?
It's a lot of significance. I mean, winning the CCS was good, and it was his first CCS title. And then we just didn't want to stop from there. We had a lot of community support at that game, and then since we kept winning in the NorCal, and then we kept winning the NorCal games, more community support kept coming, and I think they kept on feeding off of us, and we fed off of them, and then Coach was basically the center of all that.
Anybody else?
Coach is going to shave his beard now. Yeah, that was the deal. I've been talking about that for a few years.
That was my question. But also, Coach, how much foul trouble would you have had to get into to put Eric in the game?
Eric, we're just glad that he was able to suit up, and he's not fully recovered. And as much as he's been a part of our success this season and in past years, we're not going to jeopardize his college career for one possession in high school basketball. We just wouldn't.
Coach, I know that the whole time you've kind of deflected any attention, you know, provided to you. I know you've wanted to focus it on your team, but at any point, I mean, is that unconscious in your mind about trying not to make this about you?
Yeah, definitely, and it's them. You know, I'm 61 years old. I don't know how long I'll have in this earth. These kids got 60 years of living left, and so they'll remember it a lot longer than I will. So it's always been about them, and as I say, it's the senior leadership that we had just spread through the rest of the team. And, you know, that's why they're state champs.
I'll take one more question.
Did you receive a call from your father today? Or?
No.